calling all creative collectors, fearless photographers, and maverick music lovers, baby. This is Howlin' Jim Jackson, and you are on 112 FM Bandito Radio. This is where passion meets rebellion, baby. Here we are on episode 3. Third time's a charm, right? This is our deep dive into the world of toy collecting, toy photography, independent music, and all things creative, baby. So why don't you go ahead and grab your cameras, crank up the volume, and let's set the scene, baby, right here on Bandito Radio. Ow! That was another mind-blowing tune from Chris Turner. This is Howlin' Jim Jackson, and you're rolling with the coolest radio station on the dial. Ow!
All around the world should have collectibles that pose and bend. Take your action figures out of the box, and now let's play pretend. Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay. On card collecting is not for me. I crack them open right from the start. picture cutout styles and the effects make articulated comic book art. Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay. Don't judge me when you see my cart is loaded. A new wave of legends hit, how do you not know this? And if you're gonna ask, are they to resell or open? Let me ask you, why the hell they give it double jointed elbows? Why the hell they give it double jointed knees? The heads look up and they give it ankle pivot with average in the T-joints. Man, I take them out of the box. Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay, it's okay, have fun, you're away, posing action figures, it's okay.
The one and only Shottimus Prime. You are tuned in to 112 FM on your radio dial. This is Bandito Radio.
Now I'm out in the rain, trying to say anything, just to try to get her back. Neighbors heard everything. If she ever open up, I'ma give her everything. Cause I gotta try to show her she was worth everything. Sports watch, gold chains, I'ma throw 'em in the flames. She was always parachuting, I'm the one who cut the strings. And I say anything, I'ma try to end the pain. Made a promise, I'ma change. Perfect time, never came. I'ma say anything, she can always do the same. Through the mixtape out the window, I can see through the pain. When she look in my eyes, she can see everything. Cause she know when I lost her, I lost everything. I was just a fool once, I'ma be a fool again. I was just fool's gold, she could see through me then. I was just a broken record, she the one who let it spin. Now I got no words, she could say anything. In the rain, tryna say anything, just to try to get her back. Neighbors heard everything. If she ever open up, I'ma give her everything. Cause I gotta try to show her she was worth everything. Sports watch, gold chains, I'ma throw 'em in the flames. She was always parachuting, I'm the one who cut the strings. And I say anything, just to try to end the pain. Made a promise, I'ma change. Perfect time, never came. Now I'm trying to say anything, she can always do the same. Through the mixtape out the window, I can see through the pain. When she look in my eyes, she can see everything. Cause she know when I lost her, I lost everything. I was just a fool once, I'ma be a fool again. I was just fool's gold, she could see through me then. I was just a broken record, she the one who let it spin. Now I got no words, she could say anything, anything.
Yet another great jam by Noel. You are listening to Bandito Radio 1.12 on your FM dial.
Go on, talk to the people who said we'd fall apart, who planted those seeds deep in your heart. Go on, hang with your friends, the ones who lied, jealous of love they couldn't find. Go on, girl, take their side, but don't come back with tears in your eyes. Don't miss me when you see the truth, when those guys in your phone stop calling you, when the nights get cold and you're all alone. Don't miss me, darling, 'cause I'm already gone. Go on, talk to those other guys, the ones I feared, the ones you said were just friends, crystal clear. But soon enough you'll feel that sting, when their words don't mean a single thing. You look around and realize you threw away a love that could have survived. Don't miss me when you see the truth, when those guys in your phone stop calling you, when the nights get cold and you're all alone. Don't miss me, darling, 'cause I'm already gone. Blame me, say it's my fault, but your choices led to this free fall. Don't text me, don't say my name. You lit the match, now you feel the flame. You look around and realize you threw away a love that could have survived. Don't miss me when you see the truth, when those guys in your phone stop calling you, when the nights get cold and you're all alone. Don't miss me, darling, 'cause I'm already gone. Don't text me again, don't call my name. You made your choice, now live with the pain. Don't miss me, 'cause I'm already gone.
What's up, my rockin' rebels? This is Howlin' Jim Jackson, your guide through the wild soundscape of 1.12 FM Bandito Radio. We're not just a station, baby. We're a vibe. We're a movement. A home for the restless and the creative. Ow! And here's the new one from Stereo Flowers.
We were racing towards the uncanny valley, process moods, and let's bet our story. It left a sunny stereo and some deadly flowers, delusional hope in a fire hour. When I set aside, we both knew that it ain't coming, grasping for the stars in a life full of darkness.
street. Just shut up and leave me be. You don't mean nothing to me. Talking shit behind closed doors and the toys and crap they wanna hear. Talking shit behind closed doors on the crap wanna hear. Bang, bang, get some fucking bang, 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 get somebody bang, 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 get some fucking bang, 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 get somebody.
That was the David Koresh Choir.
Sup, nerdy? It's our turn, baby.
Look, if you ain't never been to Party City, don't you ever come to Party City, cause you wouldn't understand Party City. You're also dealing with the head of sanitation, the head of transportation, and the head of reclamation in Party City.
It's rap music from parts unknown, where the arts are disowned by the hearts made of stone, where parts of the throne have parts made of bone, and the rest were discarded from Discovery Zone.
It's rap music from Atlantis. Dive deep and you just might understand this. Got the merfolk puffin' seaweed when they see me. Real G's in the pinch like Sebastian the Crab.
It's rap music from the city of Party. Mountain Dew game fuel with the Bacardi. Meat in the Arby's, meth in the RV. Machine guns loaded and they signed with the Sharpie.
It's rap music from the land of Oz. Lollipop guilds if they steppin' wrong. Rolling on dub down the yellow brick road. Ruby Mike in my hand, no place like home.
It's rap music from abandoned strip malls, addicted to love and they're going through withdrawals. It's a cold world, better dress for a brisk fall or go down swinging like Pitfall.
It's rap music from the city of Party. Mountain Dew game fuel with the Bacardi. Meat in the Arby's, meth in the RV. Machine guns loaded and they signed with the Sharpie.
It's rap music from the south side of Baldur's Gate. We roll crits on the ops when we regulate. You wanna hate, there's a line, it's a bit of a wait, but here's a fireball right to your face. It's
rap music from the fringe of the fringes. We import the binges and export syringes. Swerve to emerge on the verge of the purges. Power corrupts, then it surges.
It's rap music from the city of Party. Mountain Dew game fuel with the Bacardi. Meat in the Arby's, meth in the RV. Machine guns loaded and they signed with the Sharpie. Meat in the Arby's, meth in the RV. Meat in the Arby's, meth in the RV.
Disclaimer, the members of the Party City Machine Guns would like you to know that they in no way condone or use methamphetamines. However, for those of you who have a feeling either way about the use of methamphetamines, they are currently in the RV. So, if you do not want to be around methamphetamines, please stay far away from the RV. Thank you.
Meat in the Arby's, meth in the RV.
And yet another unique tune from Party City Machine Guns. This is Howlin' Jim Jackson, and you are listening to 112 FM. Your radio. tune is brought to you by Stratos. Are you ready for a new era of storytelling? Advent Comics is here, delivering hard-hitting action, unforgettable characters, and worlds that'll blow your mind, baby. Dive into the gritty streets of Southside, where heroes walk a razor's edge between justice and vengeance. Or join Dalton Malone as he hunts in the darkness where no one else dares. From cosmic battles to street-level justice, Advent Comics has it all. The stories are bold, baby, and the action is relentless. The adventure never stops. Advent Comics. The future of comics starts now. Are you ready?
I'm not entirely happy with this.
That was another mind-blowing tune from Chris Turner. This is Howlin' Jim Jackson, and you're rolling with the coolest radio station on the dial. Ow!
Move me with you, baby. Yeah. I just wanna move me with your loving. Yeah.
She cruising past the fashion district. My homies told me not to risk it. She wants my love, my mind was twisted. I started feeling underdressed for this shit. What can I do to make the first move if I don't know you, for instance? I don't need to know where your lips have been in any universe you attend. The way the wind would blow your hair, you're in my mind, you're everywhere. And I would try to hide it underneath designer wears, knowing I can't afford the finest. You worth the world and I was just trying to remind you. You don't need me to co-sign you. I'll travel the world to find you. If I move for you, tell me you move for me. If I move for you, just tell me you move for me. If I move for you, tell me you move for me. If I move for you, What you gonna do for me?
Ride with you. Oh, just to ride with you.
Gucci, Chanel, Prada or YSL. I promise shorty not to tell. She love everything Noel. Fendi, Dior. I buy her Louis, she call me Amor. She look in my closet, it look like a store. She look in my eyes and wonder some more, some more.
Yet another great jam by Noel. You are listening to Bandito Radio 1.12 on your FM dial.
Our souls, they wander night and day, bound by the light then fade away. When you're gone, my chaos shines like a lone star lost in endless skies. Soul travel, a celestial dance, chasing dreams, giving love a chance. Though the road gets long and the night gets cold, our hearts stay warm and our love takes hold. My soul's a river, rough and wide, but you calm the waters deep inside. Your spirit's fire lights my way through endless night and breaking day. Soul travel, a celestial dance, chasing dreams, giving love a chance. Though the road gets long and the night gets cold, our hearts stay warm and our love takes hold. No matter the miles, no matter the years, your voice cuts through all my doubts and fears. This journey we're on, written in the sky, keeps our love strong as the world rolls by. Wild spirit calms my soul, while my restless heart makes you whole. Together we're stars in the endless night, shining bright with love's pure light. Soul travel, a celestial dance, chasing dreams, giving love a chance. Though the road gets long and the night gets cold, our hearts stay warm and our love takes hold. So let's keep riding this starlit lane, through joy and love, through loss and pain. In this country song, our souls align, forever together, yours and mine.
everything while you sleep at night. I want the things of data, only want the things of data. I know when you're asleep. I want the things of data, well I want the things of data. No skills and more routine. I want the things of data, only want the things of data. Ref knows that you're routine. I want the things of data. All the things of data, they keep the numbers straight. They kill the finite matters while they claim in quantum space. We own the data, we have the right. We know everything while you sleep at night. Not thought to find great, they use it against you. Keeping track of where you've been and monitoring where you are. You want a medal for not to see the data in your head. You are a number of systems that may never know. You'll never say, you'll never say. Things of data. You'll never say, you'll never say. We know where you are.
You are listening to Bandito Radio, 1.12 on your FM dial.
No back of the bus, we lift the bus. Ridiculous, no need to fuss on what we did for us. No handouts, we hand out hands. We've been bout plans of 40 acres of land, they can't cage us. I'm so Luke Cage, amazing, gracious enough to spare the brute fade unless they really want it. And I ain't ducking from it, I'm static. We shock them till they get it, I guess they gotta have it. The roadblock of the block, small enough to be a dock. Moving smiles with the jazz, Captain Sam with the plan. I can, I guess I'm really good in the jam. The rest is up to Rick when he come through with the band. We got what it takes to be a hero. They see it everywhere, wherever we go. We here to say the day and all the people. Repeat, bro. We know we got what it takes to be a hero. They see it everywhere, wherever we go. We here to say the day and all the people. Repeat, bro. I'm melanin man, defy your felonious plans. I know you jealous, but damn, don't you dare insult my intelligence. Sam was never my uncle, just a super villain. Hopped in the phone booth, protect the women and children. Franklin, we the most level-headed. Peanuts to an elephant, don't let it regret it. We up, boy, you better know your hate is pathetic. I'm loose fox with the toys, so you know I'ma get it. Neighborhood was krypton, get green like it's John Stewart. Make me pull out my ring, homie, and it's on. The blue marvel I do, homie, if I'm on with the steel. They walk a blade, is here to convey that. We know we got what it takes to be a hero. They see it everywhere, wherever we go. We here to say the day and all the people. Repeat, bro. We know we got what it takes to be a hero. They see it everywhere, wherever we go. We here to say the day and all the people. Repeat, bro.
Look up in the sky. This looks like a job for.
Repeat, bro.
Fate rarely calls upon us at a moment of our choosing. I'm ready.
How about that new one from Toys, Noise, and Action Figures?
Ah, welcome, my darling deviant playthings. You stumbled upon something truly delightfully dreadful. A place where the air crackles with vintage terror and the echoes of old-time radio haunt the airwaves. And the stories, they never rest in peace. Yes, my twisted little souls, I invite you to step into Mira's Morgue of Midnight Madness, the podcast that exhumes the very best in old-time radio horror, spine-tingling suspense, and eerie entertainment. Every episode, I crack open the coffin on a classic tale of terror, spinning you a web of ghostly whispers, sinister schemes, and the kind of thrills that linger long after the final scream. And for those who dare to play along, keep an eye out for my Mira's Morgue challenges, where we turn nightmare fuel into toy photography. Because why just listen to the horror when you can create it? So, my friends, if you crave midnight chills, delicious dark humor, and stories so sinister they practically drag you into the grave, then join me, Mira, in the morgue. Because once you step inside, well, let's just say some things don't stay buried.
there's another great jam by the Stereo Flowers. This is Howlin' Jim Jackson, and you're rolling with the coolest radio station on the dial. Ow!
What's the word of the day? Hey, what's the word of the day? What is the word of the day?
C-M-G-N-I-T-E.
Today's
C-M-G-N-I-T-E. P-C-M-G-N-I-T-E.
You know what today's
P-C-M-G-N-I-T-E. P-C-M-G-N-I-T-E. P-C-M-G-N-I-T-E.
Namaste. Lifting this piece and everybody like a
holiday.
Get in these streets with what I have to say like
remedy.
I got the ways to ease pain.
Identity.
All in my cave like Bruce Wayne.
Quantity.
Got a lot of reasons I'm doing it hard.
Astronomy.
Scorpio season, I'm really in charge.
Caffeine.
Stay awake, baby, yo, you'll miss this.
Gangrene.
So sick when I step in this business.
Always looking clean when I pop up.
Trouble.
Overcame the struggle, leave a ma struck.
Pray.
Some moments of quiet introspection.
Slay.
Every look from every look in my direction.
Rover.
A name you say twice for an invite.
Clover.
4-leaf, lucky for my insight.
Pants.
What I wear inside the club, avoiding taboos.
Rank.
Gotta say again, thanks for the statue. You know, it really is a nice statue. I know when we received it, it was copper, and over the years, the weather's hit it, it's made it change colors, but it still looks great. And peeking out of the crown, they reopened it in 2015.
Handle.
Moments where I'm certain who I am.
Randall.
Moments where I'm cunning and a ham.
Soup.
That's an Andy Warhol muse.
Fruit.
Like an ego when it's getting bruised.
Massage.
Deep tissue till the knot's out.
Dressage.
Horses dance and clap until they drop out.
Rumble.
That's how I scuttle through this nightlife.
Bumble.
Wanna catch a buzz, you better swipe right. Continent.
Yeah, they play my music in 7 of them.
Condiment.
Sauce for all my dogs, I'm spending on them.
Captivate.
How I do it every single time.
Extrapolate.
They confused trying to find why.
Efficiency.
Never waste a pass, I word perfect.
Calligraphy.
Pen is fancy ass, I curse and cursive.
Circulate.
Get mine another time round this track.
Terminate.
Thumbs up, baby, I'll be back.
What's the word? What's the word? Yo, that's my word. What's the word? What's the word?
Yo, you have my word.
What's the word? What's the word? You can take my word. What's the word? What's the
I
word?
never break my word.
What's the word? What's the word?
Yo, that's my word.
What's the word? What's the word? Yo, you have my word. What's the word? What's the word?
You can take my word.
What's the word? What's the word? I never break my word.
This is Howlin' Jim Jackson, and you're rolling with the coolest radio station on the dial.
Toi là maintenant. Et ouais, c'est pas mal.
Passer de temps en temps.
Moi j'habite dans le 2e arrondissement.
C'est pas long. Je vais te chercher avec la BM direct.
Pourquoi t'as une BM?
T'aimerais avoir quoi comme voiture?
Bah je sais pas conduire.
Don't you mind?
zone, now it's on to Spain or something. Yeah, we ain't get a chance to change to something new. Who knows what this world will take us to? But we gotta go right now. Living in and out of hotels, but it's better than a grindhouse. Safer than the streets and it's warmer than a cold cell. Leaving on a jet plane, they hopping on our coattails. Fitting me a villain and I play the part so well. Had the crowd cheering so they fitted me with more shells. Hero gotta die in the end cause that's an old tale. Dying in her arms is the only way I have it. It's a love story, but I said that it was tragic. Winter rose turning into summertime sadness. This is Jack and Rose when they rode the Titanic. Hit an iceberg in the crowd in the panic. Ripped off my chain and got us lost in the static. Pulled me to my feet, now I'm slipping through the back. Trying to keep it moving, but I'm dripping through my vest. Told her, baby, stop, this as far as I'ma get. Wanna keep it going, but I can't catch my breath. If I really can't never say nothing else, this the best way I ever could've killed myself.
Now we're playing in the middle of the night, don't you mind? I nearly killed somebody, don't you mind, don't you mind? Now we're playing in the middle of the night, don't you mind? I nearly killed somebody, don't you mind, don't you mind?
What's the point in keeping on when the fire's burning low? I thought we were the same, darling, but now I just don't know. I gave you my heart, my soul, my fight, but every road feels wrong tonight. I'm wrong, but not 'cause I am. It's just you're always right, and I'm a man. I'm wrong, but not 'cause I am. but my voice gets lost along the way. Am I appreciated? Am I enough? Feels like love just got too tough. But I'm just tired of reading the signs. Every word feels like a loaded gun. Every night feels like I've come undone. I made that promise, I took that vow, but it feels so far away somehow. I lie awake on this feather bed, but peace don't rest inside my head. Some words cut deep, they don't fade fast, and I'm just haunted by the past. I'm wrong, but not 'cause I am. It's just you're always right, and I'm a man. I'm enough. I'm wrong, but not 'cause I am. It's just you're always right. Stand, the night's grown still. I can hear it calling from the hill. A siren song so sweet, so long. Whispers telling me where I belong. I've given my all, I've paid my dues, but darling, tonight I finally lose. I wanted to be wrong, but now I'm gone, fading out to my siren song.
Ow! All right, baby. You know what time it is. Your old pal Howlin' Jim Jackson is back in the saddle and riding those radio waves like a wild coyote under a neon moon, baby. You're listening to 112 FM Bandito Radio, the only station that blasts through that static and straight into your soul. I give you action figure frequencies. That's right, a sonic deep dive into the world of toy collecting, custom sculpting, vintage gold mines, and everything in between. Whether you're out there hunting for that holy grail figure or just trying to relive that Saturday morning magic, we've got you covered, baby. So you need to strap in, turn up that dial, and get ready to ride those radio waves, because Action Figure Frequencies is about to shake those shelves and rock the toy aisles. This is Howlin' Jim Jackson, baby, signing you into the frequency. Action Figure Frequencies. Let's roll. Ow!
Bandito Radio presents Action Figure Frequencies with your hosts, Chet Maddox and Alexander Storm.
That's right, everybody. It's Action Figure Frequencies with your hosts, Chet Maddox and Alexander Storm. Mr. Alexander Storm, how are you on this thunderous day, sir?
Doing good, man. Doing good. You know, everything in the world of toys is bright and shining, and hopefully everybody out there listening to all the airwaves on Bandito Radio and wherever you get your radio listening needs from is actually sucking it up, brother, because we got a good one planned today, bro.
We do have a good one. We are going to get into some hot points about fans making their toys. We've got some talks on the new Loyal Subject stuff they announced for this toy fair thing that's happening. Super 7 had a crazy thing show up, and then as always, we need to know what it's like in your neck of the woods. So we got some weather reports. So without further ado, sir, I think we got to get into this.
We started off like we always do over here on Action Figure Frequency, nation to nation, coast to coast, from our toy rooms to your rooms, because we make this sexy. That's right, we do make it sexy. This is Action Figure Frequencies, episode 3 on the Bandito Radio and over on the mighty SKN YouTube channel and everywhere else you get our stuff from.
That's right. And if you want to see a more laxed version of all of our other things, including your lovely, gorgeous host without his glasses, because why not? It's radio only. You can view it if you're a member of our channel, and that's the only place you can actually view the video of this. So you get to see all the mess ups. You get to see behind the scenes while we're recording it live. We're excited. Hey, look, I think it's time to get into some hot points.
Hot points, hot points, hot points, hot points. Hot points.
Yeah, that's right, Hot Points, people. And I am Chet Maddox again, your lovely, gorgeous, sexy host to all the hundreds of millions of thousands of people listening on Bandito Radio 112 FM. We're excited to get into this. And here is the deal. So the toy industry is running ablaze, as they say in the old days, with news coming out about people making toys for things that they love. And, you know, that's where I think a lot of this, like making your independent toys, came from. And you have a lot of things happening in that realm. But specifically what we're going to get into right now is, do you think, Mr. Storm, do you think with your brain, do you use it to think about whether or not fans making toys that they're fans of? So not necessarily... And we have to be careful about this, right? We have to define this, because you're going to get some people who can be like, well, they don't know what they're talking about and blah, 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 and all that other bullshit. What I'm talking about is, specifically was announced that Nacelle got the license from Paramount to do Star Trek toys, right? Yeah. Now, we know the history of Star Trek toys. I do think Star Trek was massive, right? You have a lot of people that are either into Star Trek or they're into Star Wars or Star Wars Trek or Star Trek Wars. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this? Because he was very, you know, Brian over at Nacelle was very, very specific about why he wanted to make this and the pitch that he did to Paramount. But what was your takeaway a little bit? Maybe inform everybody kind of like what we're talking about, like what happened over there.
Yeah, well, you know, Brian last year he got the contract to do Star Trek toys. He is a huge and a massive, if you don't know, he runs a company called the Nacelle Company. Now, Nacelle is actually an actual term that's in Star Trek. So, you know, this guy basically named his company of Star Trek. So, you know, he loves Star Trek. And he was able to get to Paramount. They pitched him for some toys, and they decided to run with them. Now, here's the thing. I think that Brian is, you know, a very passionate guy. He's doing some great stuff over there. The thing that always kind of worries me is when you get a hold of something that you have a definitive love for, because in the process, you don't know if like it's the things that you made because you're a Pacific fan, or can you be objective and know what the outside audience really, or Star Trek other than just yourself, may want.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you think you could be objective?
Myself, or are you talking about Brian?
I mean, like in general, like, or do you think that there's like some caveats to that? Like, do you think you can, like, I know you could, but like, just in generally speaking,
I think it's tough. You know, I think it's tough, especially because like there's, you know, or one of our, you know, favorite cast over on YouTube. It's Sort of Like Digest podcast, which is the best damn Star Wars podcast on YouTube.
Yeah.
And, you know, those guys are heavy into Star Wars. And there's a lot of like, you know, built in, like, you know, hey, love it or hate it, they're right there. And they want a lot of the obscure characters that are being made that maybe the general population have no clue of or really don't. So when you're catering to like the I think the super fan, let's use that term, super fan, then you're probably gonna do deep dives into some of these characters that probably aren't popular. So as a toy company, the thing is to make money, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, you've got to have a couple of characters in there that are extremely popular. Some characters. It's kind of like, when we look at anything from like Marvel Legends, right? It's always got to be a Spider-Man. It's always got to be a Wolverine. It's got to be a Venom. It's got to be a Deadpool. Why are these characters? Because these characters are marketable and they do well. Well, Star Trek, while it is extremely beloved show, the marketing in these toy lines, other than Playmates, there hasn't been a lot of success for it. So you got to ask, are fans really asking for this? And it's nacelle on the hot pulse of this being they're picking the right characters and they're going to put it out there because we've got an actual slide here, and we know the people that are like home, so we're going to read it off to you. But there's some characters here that are some popular characters and some aren't, and they've got there's a couple of characters that we've seen before, but they got Mira Archer, right? Now that's from the Enterprise series, and that's Scott Bakula. I don't know if anybody's asking for that character. You've got Wayland, which is a character from Deep Space Nine. He was one of the members that we probably, other than if you really had to watch the show, Peter Preston is that was Scotty's I think nephew in Star Trek 2. Captain Sulu, who was only on screen for I think the 5th movie and then a couple episode of Voyager. So some of these characters, aren't characters that a lot of people outside the Star Trek realm would know. They know the Scotties, the Spocks, the Kirks, the Captain Picards, the Rikers, and some of these other characters. I don't know if you give them look, I'm a big fan of the show. I watch the show, so I can name off some of these characters. I know the episodes they've been in. Not a lot of Star Trek fans that are casual fans will know these characters.
Look, I don't. And then there's like Peter Preston, Captain Jellicoe. All right, it's cool. I mean, look, but I mean, again, it's. I don't know if this necessarily is going to have the same effect as like if they made obscure Star Wars characters, because obscure Star Wars characters are still wanted, right? You can make an obscure Star Wars character, and it would show up, and people would be like, "Oh yeah, I wanted this for a long time." I don't really know. I don't really know if that is the case. I think where they would have been, where they would have done really well is if they did action figures from the cartoon that came out.
Oh, Prodigy. Well, you know what? They
Prodigy, and then the other one, like I forget what it's called.
Well, I know Prodigy is the last one that they did.
Below something or
Lower Decks.
Lower Decks. Yeah, I think what. Yeah. I think either way around, if they would have done like Prodigy or like Lower Decks, I think that they might have done it. But I don't know. I'm not necessarily excited about this. I'll just put it that way.
Well, I believe it was Playmates last held the line. They did do some Prodigy figures, but they only did the I think it was like 4 or 5 characters. It wasn't the entire main cast, because sometimes they put out like a couple of key characters, see if the line sells, and then they bring out like the end of the characters. And because of Paramount dumping that series, that didn't do too well for them to actually go back and make figures. But I do think that that's appealing to the younger skew audience of Star Trek. I think that Brian's smart enough that those characters will show up. I think the Lower Deck characters will show up, because those were, well, at least Lower Decks was extremely popular show. Everyone that's watched Prodigy, I think they think it's a really good show too. It's just, it's just deemed that the Paramount Netflix didn't have that much respect for it. But again, like, Peter Preston, Scotty's nephew, if, he's in the movie for like 7 minutes, maybe total. This is a character that is your wave one that you put out. I don't know if that's. I think he has a love for these characters and he puts them out. I don't know if the general audience is going to know who that character is, and they're going to go in like, "Oh man, I've been waiting 35 years for a Peter Preston character. I got to get that, man."
Yeah, I don't think that's true. I think they're like, I mean, like I'm with you on that. Like, I don't think people are gonna like go clamoring for any of these. I'm afraid this is gonna be eight figures that become peg warmers.
Well, and then we don't even know their mass distribution on this. Is this something that's going to go through through the fan toy companies like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, or is this something that you'll see in Target and Walmart? I've noticed that with Nacelle, they've been popping up more at the big box toy stores, but they're not readily available like I would normally see, like a la the NECAs or the Hasbros or things like that.
Yeah.
And he did a couple of key things. Now I give him credit on this because he did ask. Now that was part of Wave 1. That Wave 1's just now starting to hit, so we'll start seeing those pop up all over the place. And but he said for Wave 2, he did something that was kind of unique. He actually put up a URL on the fans on his own nacellcompany.com, and it's like, who do you want to see in Wave 2? Now that is forward thinking. Because if you can get the community to say, hey, these are the characters I want, it makes sense. Why waste your time making and guessing characters of what you think fandom wants?
Yep.
Ask fandom what they kind of want and put it out there, man.
Well, it's kind of the way that they're doing it over at some other places where it's like made to order.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of where it's at. So
yeah. But now here's the thing: since this poll is up and everything, and everyone, you can go over to the nacellcompany.com and you can, if it still take part of this thing. But Chet, being a casual Star Trek fan, I don't know if you're a massive one, but just a casual one. If there's a character or someone who would you put into, like, who do you want to see in Wave 2? What would be a character you think that would be a popular character that would sell?
Honestly?
Yeah, honestly. Going for anyone.
I think they've done a character.
Okay.
Maybe. You remember the Borgs?
Yeah.
I want to see a Borg character with a Borg cube action playset.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. I would have to say, I know they've done it, but they haven't done it for the Strange New Worlds, the Gorn. I want to see an updated version. They've done the old one that was, with the fought Captain Kirk in the original series.
Yeah.
But the ones on Strange New World, they're a little bit more, and you need like newer villains anyways. So it'd be kind of cool to see their take on that.
I mean, the little kid in me would want to see 7 of 9.
Oh, of course.
she was so hot back in the day. I would want to see like 7 of 9. I think it would be cool for them to, like you just said, to like expand the Klingon universe. Yeah. I think there's a lot there. You have a lot you could do with like the ships and everything else. Like, I think, see, that's a problem with the Star Trek toys is they don't get into like the space side of it too much. Like it kind of sticks on like Enterprise or whatever the ship is at the time. 7 of 9 would be a rad character to see. And then also you remember the who was it? I guess his name was just the Doctor, and I think it was.
Oh, you talking about from Voyager?
Yeah, from Voyager.
Yeah.
NX was it like NX01, NX01 or something like that? Anyways, he would be a cool figure. I don't think people have had that. And then you have like they've always done like Data, and they've done Worf in the past.
Yeah.
I don't think they've done Odo, which Odo was a sick character actually.
They probably did it in the Playmate line, but no, I haven't. I doubt if they've done it like updated. But yeah, he was a very good character, and that's one that you can make one of those. If you're gonna do like a deluxe figure, you have him in like different forms or shapes, or like he can change his arm. Like you want to have a lot of accessories with something like that,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he'd be cool.
I
yeah,
give it to you on that one.
7 of 9 be awesome.
I think every kid in the world would have a 7 of 9 figure, unfortunately.
I would.
And
I'd have
then
a
if
few
they
of
can
them.
get into like if they get into play sets, like this is one of those things you got to make it more playable, because Star Trek is more science than Star Wars is more outside playability. So I think they've got to get to the point where do some decks to the whatever Enterprise or ships, make things like maybe do a holodeck, do some stuff that's like right out for more playability, so you can get some of the younger fans involved into it.
Playmates did do an Odo figure, by the way. I just looked it up.
Yeah, yeah, they got to those Playmates. Look, Playmates did it, whether they were hit and miss. Some of their lines and some of the characters were really good. And then remember, Rad one Christmas gifted Dr. Brentley one of the worst Playmate Star Trek 2 figures I've ever seen. So they did some hit and misses, but at least they were consistent. They had that line for a very long time. And hopefully Nacelle can do the same, because again, I know when you're passionate about something, at least you're going to put your all effort into it.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's just not blinded effort, and he's really trying to see what the community wants and make things that's going to help propel this. Or is he going to just be like McFarlane when he had the Star Trek line? That was like a quick blurb and it was out.
Yeah.
And I don't know if McFarlane was a big fan of Star Trek, other than I think I can make some money with this.
Yeah. Hey, whenever you're watching Star Trek or any of your favorite shows, do you ever get really tired?
I do, man. Like I said again, I'm trying. I know this show has just began, but man, I feel like I need to pick me up, bro.
Do you need to pick me up?
Yes, sir.
Hey, all you AFF fans out there, you toy fanatics, let's talk about that energy. Whether you're hunting grails, posing figures, building dioramas, or deep in a custom paint job, you need to fuel up to keep going. And no, I'm not talking about those lukewarm gas station coffees you get all the time. I'm talking about Figure Fuel Energy, the ultimate energy drink for you toy enthusiasts out there, everyone that's listening to Action Figure Frequencies. With our Electro Surge Caffeine, Steady Hand Precision Blend, and Shelf Warrior Stamina Boost, this bad boy keeps you sharp, steady, and sculpted like a premium import figure. Isn't that right?
That's right, Chet. Whether you're a loose collector, an MOC protector, or a custom creator, Figure Fuel has your back. And it comes in 3 collector-grade flavors.
3?
That is 3 flavors, man.
3 flavors.
Prototype Punch, because every great collection starts with a concept. Blister Pack Berry, so fresh, it could have been on a plague hook. And here's my favorite, Chet. Glow in the dark grape, because real collectors don't sleep, they recharge.
They do. And for those long nights painting customs, designing displays, or scrolling eBay for a deal that doesn't require selling a kidney, no crash, no jitters, just pure collecting power. So hit up figurefuelenergy.com, use code TOYPOWER for 10% off, and fuel your passion like a legend. That's figurefuelenergy.com. Use code TOYPOWER for 10% off and fuel your passion like a legend. Figure Fuel, because shelf space ain't gonna fill itself.
112 FM, Bandito Radio.
Wow, you know what? I needed that. I feel good, man.
I'm spicy and clean and ready to go, my friend. Hey, it's that time. It is that time where we get into the news, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We do get into it.
And now, toy news.
That's right. Toy news. And with that, we have some spicy dill pickles for you today on Action Fuel Energy Figure Force. What the hell's the name of our show? No, I'm just kidding. Action Figure Frequencies on Bandito 112 FM. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you are following everybody that's listening. And if you're catching us live on the YouTube replay, thanks for being a member. We appreciate everything that you do. In toy news, the Loyal Subjects has teased everybody with a bunch of emojis.
They did actually over on their Instagram page at the Lowell Subjects over on Instagram. Now, let's explain what the Lowell Subjects are. They're a toy company. They're a West Coast based toy company.
You could call them that.
And they are one of the people that snagged out the license to a couple of Hasbro products. My Pet Monster, Mask, Jim and the Holograms.
Yep.
And I think one more. I can't remember what the other one was, but
Rainbow Bright.
Maybe so. But I know a Mask was the point of intention to any of the older school fans that were kind of like, if you were in the 80s and you didn't see what Mask was, well, Mask was probably one of those hidden jewels of a animated show. Was produced by Deke, and the toy line was through Kenner. And it is a beloved toy line. In fact, it is one of the few that I have seen that over the last 10 years has went from obscurity to like almost like you're going to break your bank trying to pay for these toys now if you try to find them in the wild, you know?
Yeah, it's up. They've definitely gone up in price.
Yeah, way up in price.
Yeah. And I know we've been talking about wanting to see these remade.
Yeah.
For really a long time. And so over on their Instagram,
they've got little emojis, which very interesting. But they've got if you're a fan of the show, you'll know what these were. But one is a semi truck tractor. Then there's a little hot rod, little car. There's a motorcycle, and then there's a helicopter, and then there's a ninja. Now I'm sure the ninja is supposed to be for the point of Mask. So the emojis work as well. The semi truck did. So if you're a fan of the series and the action figures, then the semi is going to be Rhino, which is one of the most famous vehicles out of the Mask line.
Yep.
The little sports coupe, well, that's going to be a Tomahawk, which is one of the, also another fan favorite. The motorcycle Condor, Condor, that's right. And then the helicopter, which will be a Venom, which is their sworn enemy, that's Switchblade. So, or at least the interpretation, the little tea leaves they're giving us. That's what they're supposed to drop. They didn't actually name it, but since we're big fans, we kind of know what that's kind of is. So, but it's an interesting little caption because it's like it's a desert, and then they just have like a social media post in the middle, and they have these little emojis on it. And it's a tease, but it's a tease for next week. They're doing the toy fair in New York City. So, gotta think there's going to be some kind of reveal or something else like that. So, we're going to see in about a moment because they've said this, and I know this is the thing that makes you a little bit irritated, Chet.
It is.
It's going to be the same scale from the original, and they're running with the same boxes, same work, and everything else. So. I know you said this, but is that going to actually contribute to like counterfeit stuff popping up all over the place, brother?
I wouldn't necessarily call it counterfeit, and the reason why I wouldn't call it counterfeit is because they do have the license.
Yeah.
What I think is going to happen though. Well, I mean, I guess if you know what you're looking for, you'll know to look for Kenner on the box. But I don't know what the deal is with Loyal Subjects. It could have been they could use the license, but they have to put Kenner on it the same way they do with the retro stuff from Star Wars.
Yeah.
So I still stand behind what I said a while ago, which is I'm not really a fan of it being the same size. However, if the articulation on the figures is better, I could probably get behind that. I do think this is going to be one that if it's done right and these look great at Toy Fair, I think that these have potential to be probably one of their best-selling lines. I know for a fact that regardless of if I hate it or not, if I hate the toys, I will buy them because I want them. And if I like them, I'll buy them because I want them. So realistically, what I'm saying is that I'm going to buy them either way around.
Yeah, right there. They got your money already.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that they're doing Rhino and Thunderhawk.
Yeah. Look, on a good thing that there's certain people that are not going to change. Look, there's only so many of the vintage stuff around and so many in good material because that was during, we'll use the term playable days. So when you took something, you went outside and you beat the hell out of it. So
Yeah.
to have something mint in the box is extremely rare, but to get it where there's not something missing, like maybe the missiles or whatever those things are, the wires is malfunctioning. That's also kind of a little bit strange too.
That's also why I'm not allowed to go over to Scott Solo's house from the Sarlacc Digest, because I'm pretty sure that he understands that his toys will be missing.
Yeah, not just that. Scott's also, not only does he have the actual toys, he's got all the boxes damn near.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. He won't if I show up.
Yeah, he's a big time collector with that. But that's where I'm saying. And when I say that, when I use the term counterfeit, I mean, do you think people are going to try to pass, like somebody like on Evil Bay or some other place is going to
I think
pass it off?
I think you're going to see that a lot. I think because I do think that this is going to have a positive effect on the vintage stuff in terms of making it harder to get. But we'll see. I mean, those are already getting like bought up pretty quick. So,
but now here's the thing with G.I. Joe, the opposite happened. Where like when Super 7 started doing the O-ring line, and Hasbro started bringing out some of these O-rings, it actually dropped the price of some
originals?
of the vintage Joes. So now you can get some Joe vehicles from like the early stages extremely cheap, because I have, because we went to a couple of toy shows and I picked up some vintage stuff, and you can get some of the characters. So I think sometimes it works out where it just drives the original stuff up. Then sometimes it can have a negative reaction too, and it can drop the line down, because people are like, well, now I can actually go out and get right. Look, again, not too many people are blessed like the mighty collector of grails, Mr. Maddox, where you can sit there and see like damn near every masked vehicle behind him and everything. But other people be like, look, I just want to have a rhino that I'm not paying several $100s for.
I think the toys make great shelf displays, to be honest. Like I do, because if you're bored with the way it looks, you just pop it into its next phase. Yeah, I mean, and then there's some of the other news, which was Super 7. Now, I'm not trying to bash on Super 7, because I do appreciate a lot of things that they make.
Yeah.
However, over on the Big Bad Toy Store, you can now get the G.I. Joe Reaction line at Big Bad Toy Store for $40 for the case. That breaks down to $2.99 a figure. What is your takeaway on this, Mr. Storm? Because I do know that we have a show releasing soon on Shadow Nose Network. That is the Tribunal, and that's with you and Richard from Chaos Collectibles. And that's all about G.I. Joe vintage versus current and everything else. So I've been excited to talk to you today about this, because I really want to know what your thoughts are on this.
Well, this was sent over by DJ Friction, which is I love my boy. He sent me over this today, and he was like, "Hey man, here's it was one. Now the case normally sold for $199 a case, and it dropped to $40. That's an 80% drop." I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Did you buy
15
this?
figures, $299 a figure, if you're doing the math correctly. I've never really kind of been a fan of the Super 7 reaction line. I'm really not a fan of their O-ring. I think Hasbro did a great job.
And to be clear, let's clear this up too for people. This is the O-ring line, right?
This one, no. This is the reaction line. This is just their, I think, 4 points of articulation, really.
Right. Yeah, I wanted to clear that up, because the people could think that it's like.
It's not some of the new O-rings. Even though I think one thing the Super 7 has kind of done in the market, they're overpriced, because you can pay $20 for a standard O-ring. Now, this reaction figure normally is between like $14 to $16. But then, a classified figure over at Hasbro is costing you $24.99.
Yeah.
So, something that has 4 points of articulation or O-ring character that they have is like $20. Well, just why wouldn't I be getting a more highly articulated version, or go out and buy just the vintage version and track it down? I feel bad for Big Bad Toy Store on this, is that this doesn't help the industry, whether you're the consumer, whether you're the retailer or you're the manufacturer. this is a fail across all three because somebody's not going to purchase these. There's some people out there, but there's no resale value. You better just be a collector and a fan that wants this. For the Big Bad Toy Store, they've lost money, obviously, and they're just trying to clear up, storage space for this. And then this hurts the manufacturer, which is Super 7, because when another line comes out and you've had to dramatically reduce this at the 80% point, like, well, what's that going to say to, the buyers over at Big Bad Toy Store? Hey, we're going to take a chance on something else, or we're going to kind of hold off. So I think it hurts everyone in the line, but again, 4 points of articulation for something that's in current modern day just never made sense to me, man.
Yeah, I mean, they're still making money with it being 80% off, which is funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, look, this is a line right here that if you have any, you want to get playability with younger kids or something, just make sure that you check the age limits on whatever you're purchasing. But this is something where you can buy that out, give it to them, let them play with it, and it's kind of reasonable. Maybe if a couple of parents pop in, they spend $20 a piece and everything else like that. You're getting 15 total figures out of that. That's not bad, and you can give it out and have someone play with it. Or I know Dark Moocher said he normally buys certain stuff like this and he sends it to Toys for Tots or something. There's a market value out there where somebody else may enjoy this. But I think as casual fans, it's just, I've never been big into the reaction line. I know it's, every time we go into a Target out here, I've seen them abundantly in the collector sections and also on the standard aisles. It just doesn't seem like it's something that always works,
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, I think you'd have to be pretty drunk to buy this.
I know, but you know what, man? You just can't get drink out there and get drunk on just on something that's just not worth your actual time, man. If you're gonna do something like that, man, then you know what you need to do. You need to have the truest actual beer that's ever been produced.
Really? And what would that be?
That's True American Beer from the True American Beer Company. And when they say they're true, they're true. They use true ingredients. Everything's truly made in America, and it's made by true Americans. So when you're actually getting something that true, well, then it can't be false. And their motto is that you're getting something true, not something real. So make sure you head over to the actual True American Beer Company.com. You can order online. It may be at some of your local drinking little things like Bevmo and everything else.
Okay.
Or if you're in a
Total
bar
Wine,
restaurant,
do they have it at Total Wine?
Look, if True
maybe,
is
right?
be
Or the seller.com, wherever you can find the most truest beer ever to truly exist.
It's got to be true, man. And here's the thing. If you use the code TRUE,
TRUE,
you get 40% off, man, on True American Beer.
A 6-pack, or is there
no, that's a 12-pack, man. That's a 12-pack because they want you to experience the truest beer that's ever existed. And how can you do that by only giving you 6 of them? You got to actually true yourself to 12, man.
So TRUE in checkout, I get 40% off the truest American beer ever to exist.
That's right, sir.
112 FM, Bandito Radio.
Well. It's one of those days where, in California, it's been hot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's been cold.
Mm-hmm.
It's been all over the place. And then where I came from, Georgia, right?
Yeah.
It's been snowing there. And it's got me wondering, there's only one person I know that can bring me the weather, and his last name ends with Storm. So, Mr. Alexander Storm, let's get into the weather report.
And now, your weather forecast with Alexander Storm.
Yep. Well, you know what, man? I'm looking at all the info that's being sent to us through the, I would use the AFF weather systems
Okay.
analyzer. You know,
Yeah, and which we paid a lot. Let's be clear, we paid a
Yeah,
lot of money for that.
we do over here.
Okay.
Well, it's giving me a breakdown right here, and let's start over on our buddies on the East Coast and everything. You know,
East Coast, here we come, baby.
Need to have like a little teleprompter for the people at home.
Nah,
that they can watch
this is a radio show. We don't need that shit.
Yeah, but
we're good.
But if you go over there and everything, we're looking at Rhode Island and everything. It's 44.
Yeah, what is it?
Rhode Island.
44.
Yeah. Wow. Washington, D.C. is really cold there. 44 as well. We're going to pop down to New York City. Well, New York City's got, oh, wait a minute. No, New York City's cold too. It's 44 down there too. I'm looking at this. It looks like a cold front's over there. Drop down to Miami, Florida.
Oh.
Cold in Miami too, bro. 44 there, man.
Wow.
Looking over in Augusta, Georgia, 44.
Okay.
Salt Lake City, Utah, 44.
Utah.
What the heck is going on?
Wow,
Man?
everyone, I don't know. This is a weird cold front.
Yeah. Prescott, Arizona, 44.
Prescott, Arizona is 44.
Yeah, they say it's supposed to be hot there. Las Vegas. Wait a minute, something's wrong. 44 in Las Vegas too.
No way. There's no. Well, it is nighttime right now. It is nighttime.
Yeah.
So.
Then you got, let's go up to the Pacific Northwest. Maybe the temperature's a little different.
Yeah, it's got to be different.
Actually, it's raining as hell over in Portland. And everything.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, that's 34, not 44. It's really cold over there.
Yeah.
Then you're dropping down into Southern California, right here, Los Angeles. It's 44 here, bro. You know why it's 44, right, Chet?
Man, I have no idea. I've been trying to figure this out. It's weird, right?
People are letting the AC blow on those toys, brother. You need to turn up your toy room and get that up to an optimal degree of 75 degrees, because that is the only temperature to keep your toys at the proper level. So make sure you turn it up. Now, if you do, let us know here that you turned up, and we'll actually finish out the report with some better weather there, right?
Yeah, that's true.
112 FM, Bandito Radio.
Well, if you do get it up to 75, that typically means there's a lot of sun that shows up. And so that's where we're excited for our partnership with SolarFlex. They've been a great partner for us. All right, gamers, listen up, because your boy Chet Maddox is about to change your life. You ever step outside ready to flex on the world, but bam, the sun's out here grieving your eyeballs and like an overpowered sniper camper? Yeah, no thanks. That's why I rock SolarFlex shades, the only sunglasses engineered with gamer vision technology. These bad boys don't just block UV rays, they enhance your IRL reflexes. That's in real life for all those that do not understand acronyms. I'm talking these things have glare reduction so crisp you could no-scope a watermelon from across the park. Plus, they've got anti-sweat grip tech, because let's be real, gaming might be indoors, but we still sweat under the pressure. And for my streamers out there, SolarFlex has blue light reduction lenses, so you can go from dominating the leaderboards to dominating the beach without frying your retinas like a graphics card running on a toaster. So, if you want to look good, see better, and flex harder, head over to solarflex.gg. That's solarflex.gg, and use code ChetVision, all one word, ChetVision, for 10% off your first pair. That's SolarFlex.gg and ChetVision for 10% off your first pair, because SolarFlex shades, if you ain't flexing, you ain't even gaming.
112 FM, Bandito Radio.
Now, hey, look, we are definitely getting into convention season.
Yeah.
And I personally feel more comfortable being in conventions when I know that I'm protected, whether that's having cash that's being protected, my purchases are protected, right? You buy warranties on expensive things. So if you're buying those grails, do you have the warranty on those? Are you protected?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
You're gonna go to the CGC booth, buy some comics you haven't had, get those like 10s, those CGC 10s. How can I go throughout this convention season specifically, Mr. Storm, and feel protected with my purchases and my assets?
You know what you can do? Well, there's somebody here. Said, are you a collector who's been duped by mislabeled mint condition figures? Did your exclusive pre-orders mysteriously vanish into the void? Or maybe your prized vintage toys arrived in a box that looked like it went 10 rounds with a garbage truck. Well, if that's happened to you, then you need Timmy Mint, who is a toy advocate attorney. For over 20 years, Timmy Mint has fought for the justice in the world of toy collecting. From misprints to mispacks, crushed corners to counterfeit chaos, he's taken on the biggest toy companies and won. At the law offices of Mint and Mint, they believe every collector deserves fair play. And Timmy Mint, he ensures your case comes Mint graded. Call the Mint offices at 1-800-555-MINT. That's 1-800-555-MINT today for your free consultation. Because when it comes to toy justice, if it ain't Mint, it ain't right.
112 FM, Bandito Radio.
That's right, man. 112 FM. If you're not watching that, hey, Chet, where can they get 112 FM at? Where's some of the services so they know?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Hey, look, if you're listening, we want to say thank you to everyone out there that is listening on Bandito Radio 112 FM on YouTube. But you know this, and you might not, but you do, and you should, and you will. You can find us anywhere you can get your podcasts or radio station, whether it's iHeartRadio, whether it's Amazon Music, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube. I mean, if you could think it, we could do it. And we're still working today, nonstop, since we've launched to try to get on even more platforms and even trying to get this to be done live on the spot with everybody. We're excited about it. We want to appreciate, we really want to thank and appreciate everybody that's been listening. We enjoy doing this, and we can't wait every week for the next episode. And ideally we're looking at trying to do this on a daily, but that's a lot of work, but we're there. And then if you want to see us do this live, we are planning right now to do this live in Toylanta. Is it going to be great? Everything is great. All 100,000, 50 million of you guys that listen and watch and pay attention, and you want to experience pure sexy, inhuman, impossible, then you're going to find us at Toy Atlanta at the end of the month in March. I'm excited, sir. We are going to be doing this live.
Yeah, that's actually kind of the cool thing too. One, we're gonna not just be down there by ourselves. Actually, we're gonna have the Odd Frog gang. They're gonna be there with us, and you're also gonna have David Vonner, the man, the myth, the legend's gonna be there as well. And that's taking place March 28th, March 29th, and the 30th. And if you come by and see us, give a shout out, but not too loud, because we will be live streaming from the floor. That's right. We will be live streaming from not just over on Bandito Radio, but the mighty SKN Shadow News Network. We will be right over there as well. And also a couple other people that we roped into this. We're going to be having some special guests and blasting on some other channels. We're going to have Tommy from the Blitz Transmission, one of the youthful Star Wars shows. If you're into Star Wars clones, you want to go over there and get his stuff from a different opinion. Our buddies over at the Sarlacc Digest podcast. That's right, Darth Moocher is going to be with us, and maybe Scott Solo too. It just all depends, but we definitely roped those guys in. And you know who else we roped? The Skeleton Tomb and Toy Mercs. We're going to have Dead Man Juan. We'll see if we can get Scully actually to pop on as well. And some surprises, man. If you're a big YouTuber there, we'll probably pull you over and have a conversation. If you're a toy manufacturer that's going to be at that convention, you never know. We may pop up and do a live with you through remotes. But we're planning to grab guests and all kind of people. Whether you are a fan of the event, we might just grab you in and tell you what's the things. We might just ask what's in your bag. What did you purchase today? We may just do some random stuff while we're there, brother.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. I think it's gonna be great. Plus, everyone gets to experience Chet.
Yeah, got to see Chet in person. Wait, hold on, Chet. Something's just breaking in right now. We got some breaking news. Wait a minute, hold on. This from last week, and it just came off of my desk and everything else like that. Let me get the proper way that just came on my desk. I just got this.
Oh,
right
you
in
got
front of
you
me
just got the
right
paper.
now.
They just brought it into you, huh?
Just right
yeah.
in. Thank you guys for rushing that into us.
Yeah.
Last week we were talking about what happened to the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. What happened to the toy line? What's going on? Well, guess what? Breaking news that just hit us right here. Guess what? We've got images. Now we can see the images. You can at home, but go over to any of your
close your eyes and imagine a black, blue, red, green, yellow, and pink Power Ranger.
And guess where they're coming from?
I don't know
They're coming from the mighty toy company Playmates. If you knew TMNT in the greatest heyday of all toys, well, they decided that they're not just also doing the Turtles, they're taking on the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. These figures that we have in front of us are the auto-morphing figures. Now, auto-morphing figures back in the day were very popular. They shift from the actual unmasked version of the character to the actual, Mighty Morphin Power Ranger mask. So these have a little action to them. They're a little bulky and everything else like that. But when we were saying what happened to the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, well, people over at Playmates must have heard us and said, you know what? We got to show these guys because action figure frequencies just can't say what happened. We got to let them know what happened.
That's right. And hey, Playmates, when you're at Toy Atlanta, you come over to our booth. Join us.
Yeah. And you know what? The best part about it, too, is maybe the people at Playmates will have some on display, actually. And we can see. And in the terms of something that my younger nephew was a huge fan of, that Go Power Rangers. So that was the breaking news that just popped in and everything. Man, wow. Thank you, Playmates, for getting that over to us, man.
Yeah, breaking.
It's so breaking, and we didn't even have a sound bite for breaking news.
I know, that's so crazy. Hey, we're also, just as a heads up, if you're local in the California area, SoCal Joe show on May 4th. We do have a table there. We will be there with the SKN crew. It is not just action figure frequencies. In fact, it's Toy Box Chronicles, Pixel Plastic Inc., and the whole SKN crew that is going to be at that table, along with our ideally our partners over at Odd Frog Entertainment. Who else? We'll see who else we could get to show up.
Well, I can tell you who else we got to show up and everything. It's one of the Toy Box Chronicles. And the third member of everything that we do over here on Action Figure Frequencies or Toy Box Chronicles or the Tribunal, Richard will have an exhibitor booth right next to us, and DJ Friction will actually be right there too. So they're going to have some stuff to sell while we're there too. So there's a lot of great vendors and a lot of great artists that we're going to see. There's Jamie Sullivan that always is there, and if you into any of the Skybound versions of the books that they're doing for G.I. Joe and Transformers, he's done some of those covers over there. And a lot of great vendors. If you're looking for customizers, if you're looking for, any forms of 3D printers or anybody else, you can find all that stuff from vintage to modern. And they also have a store or a show exclusive. So they make a certain amount of an exclusive figure, and it's usually in the 1/12 scale, the classified version scale. New boxing, basically a fully customized figure, and it always sells out. And it's one of those things that if you arrive at the show late, you're probably not going to get it. And I've seen those figures. They did one originally of Starduster one year. That figure jumped up to $300, and then they did a Monkey Wrench and Dreadnoughts before they actually even had them, and it came with a bike. And that figure I just saw the other day sell for as high as $350. So those are really great one-of-a-kind items that you can get that a lot of people put a little toy and love into it. So, if you got an opportunity, come by and see us. Stop by. There's a lot of people from the media and everything that comes through, and that's in Temecula on May the 4th. And I know that's Star Wars Day, but it's also going to be G.I. Joe Day too. So, who would have known, brother?
Us.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess it would have been. And we got some things going off on the over on the SKN channel. First of all, Chet, our guys behind the scenes have been hard working on the Discord. Break that down for everybody. The SKN Shadow Nose Network Discord. Break that down and what's the perks of going to the Discord, and like the price and everything to get some exclusive content and everything else.
Yeah, so right now Discord is completely free, unless you want to be on a chat with us live and a call-in. You do have to be a subscriber to the YouTube channel. However, if you are, it's the 99-cent one. That's $1 a month. That gets you into the voice channels that you could jump on, and we will hit you up live on one of our podcasts. Any of them, really. It gets you access when we're live on Toy Box Chronicles, and then when we're live on Pixel Plastic Inc. on those days. And hey, even in some of the shows that we'll be doing coming up where we're combining, and so you could jump in over there. But the Discord is a community first driven SKN network Discord where we just have conversations about everything collectible, pop culture, memes, whatever you want to think about. We're building this community. As time builds, there will be exclusive things being released from our partners. There's exclusive things released from us. We'll also be posting updates in there about what's happening on the YouTube channel, so you understand what's coming out first. It's a really good community. It's run by myself and Meeks, and you'll be able to get some insights as to what SKN is working on in the future too, depending on what level you are in Discord. And the leveling up is actually free. We just ask that you are active in there, and that the more and more active you are, the higher up you get, and you get different levels, and that gets you access to other channels and things that you don't see when you first sign up. So typically you can click on our Discord link on the channel. We'll have a QR code for that as well. Also, if you're a Discord member, you get discounts on our merchandise. So if you're somebody who wants to support, you'll get discounts on there. All of that's being updated as well. We're going to have new merchandise hopefully by the end of this week. I know we tried to have it last week, but we're working on some specific merchandise for that, for Action Figure Frequencies and the rest of the channel.
Great.
So I'm really excited about Discord. And look, we know it's a slow burn. It's going to take a while for people to get used to it. We know that there's 1,000 other Discords you can join, so we appreciate you joining ours. We just want to make it a place where there's no toxicity. You could come in, you could tell us what you've been up to, you could post about what you've been up to, and you could even get a chance to be called out on one of our live shows and shown on there. So, just really, really excited about it, man.
That's really great, man. And also, you can actually, because we do shows on SKN, we've got live streams that happen all the time. Now, you can actually from your Discord too, right? You can actually watch the shows there.
Yeah, you can. If we post about it on Discord, and we have our partners posting in there as well. So you have Odd Frog and Sarlacc Digest, and I think we're going to probably add Blitz Transmission depending on whether or not we're working with them on whether if they want to get in. But yeah, you can click on the video in Discord and watch it. So
wow, man! So it's like a one-shop, all notifications, videos, and everything. You really almost never have to leave that Discord, huh?
That is the goal. We want to make sure the community's in there, and then there is a. I am excited about this. We have some really cool stuff in the works, man. So, and that's going to be Discord first.
All right. Well, that's awesome. And again, if you're listening to us on Bandito Radio and you want to catch Chet, Maddox, and myself on our SKN Shadow Nose Network YouTube channel, we're on all the other platforms. We are partners over at Rumble and over at Instagram, X, Twitch. You can find us. But we do 2 live streams. One is Wednesdays, Toy Box Chronicles. That's right, Toy Box Chronicles. That's myself and Chet. So not just outside of Action Figure Frequencies, but we're over on the Shadow Nose Network every Wednesday talking about everything that's toys and a lot of hot button issues over there. And that takes place at 7 p.m. Pacific Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Friday. And then join us on Friday or Wednesday. Join us on Friday for Pixel Plastic and Ink. That's the catch-all show that's got everything from films to toys to comic books. And not just myself and Mr. Maddox, but we've got Rad and we've got Dr. Brentley over there sharing his precise insight on things. And that happens also at 7 p.m. Pacific Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Wednesdays, Toy Box Chronicles. Fridays is going to be Pixel Plastic and Ink, but we don't stop there on Wednesdays because Wednesdays you do not have to in any way leave YouTube. You can start your night off on the Skeleton Tomb YouTube channel. And you can watch Dead Man and Scully over there, and they're talking about all great things, toys at 6 p.m. Then you come over to the SKN Shadow Nose Network, watch Toy Box Chronicles at 7 p.m. And then at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's the best damn Star Wars podcast on YouTube or any other platform, the Sarlacc Digest podcast, that we like to call that live stream Wednesday. So, Wednesdays are covered and Fridays are covered, but March the 5th, we do want to let you know one thing for that Wednesday, March the 5th, Toy Box Chronicles and the Skeleton Tomb will be doing a 2-hour. That's right. They're going to get 2 hours of us, Chet. It's going to be myself, Scully, you, and of course, the Omatic Dead Man 1. We are going to talk about all kind of things. And, we may do some adult beverages on there. Maybe some true American beer might actually make our way to there, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully I can make it.
Yeah. We got to see that.
Yeah, that'd be great. I don't know. I'll see if I can make it. I don't know. It sounds good.
Oh, man. Tell you about that? He didn't run that by you?
No, I didn't. I had no idea. I'm busy. No, I'm just kidding. I'll be there. I'll be there.
Busy month for us, brother. Busy times, man. But that's good times, though, man.
A lot of planning. You and I have been working it and working it good, working it well. Sir, it's been a blast. It's been a blasty blast. I've enjoyed this, but the time has come for us to hand off the mic.
Really? You just don't want to do another 2.5 hours of this, man. We got to go, man. Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I could do another 2.5 hours.
I think we could, but we didn't tell them.
We got a lot of great music ahead. Stay tuned. We appreciate you tuning into Bandito Radio 112 FM to listen to the Action Figure Frequencies, show. And stay tuned. A lot of great music. Howlin' Jax, that guy.
Yeah, wow.
He's fantastic, man. Anyways, to all of you action figure frequency nerds, we appreciate you and we care about you, but we're also pretty fucking rad. So there's a reason why you come here every day. And don't forget, coming up soon, live and in flesh, you can experience the pure sex that is Chet Maddox, along with Alexander Storm and those sexy beasts over there at Bandito. They're all going to be there. David Vonner's going to be there. I mean, they're going to have to kick someone out of the convention to allow all the sex appeal that's going to be showing up there. But we want to thank you and we appreciate you. And until next time, spay and neuter your cats.
Thank you for listening to Action Figure Frequencies with Chet Maddox and Alexander Storm.
Well, hello, listener. You are tuned in to 112 on your FM dial. Bandito Radio. Ow! here's the new one from Stereo Flowers. This one is Chevelle. This is Howlin' Jim Jackson, and you're rolling with the coolest radio station on the dial. Ow!
I'm not entirely happy with this.
certified. We outside.
The most sinister villains of
little boys need to play outside. I make noise cause I'm main worldwide. In the Royce cause I pimp my ride. And enjoys where I take my time. Cause little boys need to play outside. I make noise cause I'm main worldwide. In the Royce cause I pimp my ride. And enjoys where I take my time.
Fresh from the shootout, cooking in the kitchen, but I ain't putting food out. Y'all can't shit, cause you gotta get my boot out. Fresh in them Nikes, but I'd rather pull the suit out. Y'all better cool out, man, I'm in and out of drama till I'm in Balenciaga. We gon' find the right designer, he gon' dress me like a king. When I slid up right behind her, she addressed me like a pimp. She say, daddy, where you going? Bitch, I'm going to the sink. All my fingerprints is filthy when I'm coming from the bank. You ain't gotta ask no questions, you already know it stink. And them bitches might miss me if they blink like, boy, I heard you sing. Bitch, I had you hitting the high notes when I'm pulling on them strings. Call me Casanova, Vance was busting out the Boca. I was in the mix, trying to take this fucking city over. They gon' wanna drag me out of Max's, cause I'm balling out like Maxie. I just know they gotta catch me and I'm fast.
Little boys need to play outside. I make noise cause I'm main worldwide. In the Royce cause I pimp my ride. And enjoys where I take my time. Cause little boys need to play outside. I make noise cause I'm main worldwide. In the Royce cause I pimp my ride. And enjoys where I take my time.
And here's the new one from Stereo Flowers. This one is Chevelle.
You wouldn't know it by looking at me, but I've been through storms no one else could see. Smiling wide, saying I'm just fine, hiding the hurt like a well-rehearsed line. The weight I carry, it don't make a sound, but late at night, it comes back around. Some scars can't be seen, but they're always there. Like a whisper in the dark, like a ghost in the air. They don't fade, they don't heal, they just lie real low. But when the world gets quiet, they start to show. People move on like nothing went wrong, but shadows stay when the lights are gone. You can cover them up, hide them real deep, but some wounds ain't meant to ever leave. Every smile's just another disguise, holding back the truth behind these eyes. Oh, some scars can't be seen, but they're always there. Like a whisper in the dark, like a ghost in the air. They don't fade, they don't heal, they just lie real low. But when the world gets quiet, hard to show. Some scars can't be seen, but they're always there.
Interrupt your regularly broadcasted program to bring you this breaking news. Chaos has erupted yet again off of 112th Street tonight as the vehicle only known as the Bandito led law enforcement on a high-speed chase. This can only be described as pure cinematic mayhem. Witnesses reported that the Bandito, a heavily modified muscle car with a roaring engine, blazed through downtown, while it was evading police with near impossible precision. Officers deployed spike strips and even formed a roadblock at the intersection of 112th Street and Main. But the driver had other plans. In a move straight out of an action film, the Bandito hit a makeshift ramp, launched through the air, cleared the police barricade, and landed with a screeching drift before vanishing into the night. Authorities are still in pursuit, and the speculation is already running wild. Who is behind the wheel of this unstoppable machine, the Bandito? And more importantly, where will they strike next? Stay tuned as we bring live updates on this developing story. And now, back to your regularly scheduled program.
Yeah. Tune in now, don't miss the fun. Joker Junction's just begun. Silly bits and punchlines fly. Have a laugh on us, don't be shy. Have a laugh, have a smile. Stick around, stay a while. Jokes keep rolling, no need to rush. Joke Junction, have a laugh on us.
All right, welcome back to Joke Junction. This is your host, Mike Cantrell, on 112 FM Bandito Radio. So I got a special treat for you on this one. This next comic is by far one of my favorites. Has been probably since I was a kid. I probably didn't understand a lot of what he was talking about when I was younger, but the older you get, the more you kind of relate. But this guy was popular all the way back from the early 70s until his unfortunate passing, I believe, was in the early 2000s. But there is now an official George Carlin YouTube channel full of his videos, full specials, mostly clips, but I highly encourage you check it out. Official George Carlin on YouTube. And here's a great bit from the incredible and the notorious George Carlin. Enjoy, have a laugh on us. Joke Junction, 112 FM, Bandito Radio.
Something else we have in common, flying on the airlines. Flying on the airlines and listening to the airlines announcements and trying to pretend to ourselves that that's the way the English language ought to be spoken. Doesn't sound that way to me. Whole thing starts when you get to the gate. First announcement. We would like to begin the boarding process. Extra word, process. Not necessary. Boarding is enough. We'd like to begin the boarding. Simple. Tells the story. People add extra words when they want things to sound more important than they really are. Boarding process. Sounds important. It isn't. It's just a bunch of people getting on an airplane. People like to sound important. Weathermen on television talk about shower activity. Sounds more important than showers. I even heard one guy on CNN talk about a rain event. Swear to God, he said, Louisiana's expecting a rain event. I thought, holy shit, I hope I can get tickets to that. Emergency situation. News people like to say, police have responded to an emergency situation. No, they haven't. They've responded to an emergency. We know it's a situation. Everything is a situation. Anyway, as part of this boarding process, they say, we would like to pre-board. Well, what exactly is that? What does it mean to pre-board? You get on before you get on? That's another complaint of mine. Too much use of this prefix pre. It's all over the language now. Pre this, pre that. Place the turkey in a preheated oven. It's ridiculous. There are only two states an oven can possibly exist in, heated or unheated. Preheated is a meaningless fucking term. It's like pre-recorded. This program was pre-recorded. Well, of course it was pre-recorded. When else are you going to record it? Afterwards? That's the whole principle of recording, to do it beforehand. Otherwise, it doesn't really work, does it? Pre-qualify, pre-planned, pre-screen. You know what I tell these people? Pre-suck my genital situation. And they seem to understand what I'm talking about. Anyway, as part of this pre-boarding, they say, we would like to pre-board those passengers traveling with small children. Well, what about those passengers traveling with large children? Suppose you have a 2-year-old with a pituitary disorder. You know, a 6-foot infant with an oversized head. The kind of kid you see in the National Enquirer all the time. Actually, with a kid like that, I think you're better off checking him right in with your luggage at the curb, don't you? Well, they like it under there. It's dark. They're used to that. About this time, someone is telling you to get on the plane. Get on the plane, get on the plane. I say, fuck you, I'm getting in the plane. Let Evel Knievel get on the plane. I'll be in here with you folks in uniform. There seems to be less wind in here. They might tell you you're on a non-stop flight. I don't think I care for that. No, I insist that my flights stop. Preferably at an airport. It's those sudden, unscheduled cornfield and housing development stops that seem to interrupt the flow of my day. Here's one they just made up. Near miss. When two planes almost collide, they call it a near miss. It's a near hit. A collision is a near miss. Look, they nearly missed. Yes, but not quite. They might tell you your flight has been delayed because of a change of equipment. Broken plane. And telling me to put my seat back forward. Well, I don't bend that way. If I could put my seat back forward, I'd be in porno movies. Then they mentioned carry-on luggage. First time I heard carry-on, I thought they were going to bring a dead deer on board. I thought, what the hell do they need with that? Don't they have the little TV dinners anymore? Then I thought, carry on, there's going to be a party. People are going to be carrying on the plane. Well, I don't care for that. I like a serious attitude on the plane, especially on the flight deck, which is the latest euphemism for cockpit. Can't imagine why they wouldn't want to use a lovely word like cockpit, can you? Especially with all those stewardesses going in and out of it all the time. There's a word that's changed, stewardess. First it was hostess, then stewardess, now it's flight attendant. You know what I call her? The lady on the plane. Sometimes it's a man on the plane now. That's good equality. I'm all in favor of that. Occasionally, they actually refer to these people as uniformed crew members. Uniformed. As opposed to that guy sitting next to you in the Grateful Dead t-shirt and the fuck you hat. Who's working on his 9th little bottle of Kahlua, I might add. As soon as they close the door to the aircraft, that's when they begin the safety lecture. I love the safety lecture. This is my favorite part of the plane ride. I listen very carefully to the safety lecture, especially that part where they teach us how to use the seat belt. Imagine this. Here we are, a plane full of grown human beings, many of us partially educated, and they're actually taking time out to describe the intricate workings of a belt buckle. Place the small metal flap into the buckle. Well, I asked for clarification at that point. Pardon me, over here, please. Thank you very much. Did I hear you correctly? Did you say place the small metal flap into the buckle, or place the buckle over and around the small metal flap? I am a simple man. I do not possess an engineering degree, nor am I mechanically inclined. Sorry to have taken up so much of your time. Please continue with the wonderful safety lecture. Seatbelts. High-tech shit. The next thing they do, they tell you to locate your nearest emergency exit. I do this immediately. I locate my nearest emergency exit, and then I plan my route. You have to plan your route. It's not always a straight line, is it? Sometimes there's a really big fat fuck sitting right in front of you. Well, you know you'll never get over him. I look around for women and children, midgets and dwarfs, cripples, war widows, paralyzed veterans, people with broken legs, anyone who looks like they can't move too well. The emotionally disturbed come in very handy at a time like this. You may have to go out of your way to find these people, but you'll get out of the plane a lot goddamn quicker, believe me. I say, let's see. I'll go around the fat fuck, step on the widow's head, push those children out of the way, knock down the paralyzed midget, and get out of the plane where I can help others. I can be of no help to anyone if I'm lying unconscious in the aisle with some big cocksucker standing on my neck. I must get out of the plane, go to a nearby farmhouse, have a Dr. Pepper, and call the police. The safety lecture continues. In the unlikely event, this is a very suspect phrase. Especially coming as it does from an industry that is willing to lie about arrival and departure times. In the unlikely event of a sudden change in cabin pressure, roof flies off. An oxygen mask will drop down in front of you. Place the mask over your face and breathe normally. Well, I have no problem with that. I always breathe normally when I'm in a 600-mile-an-hour uncontrolled vertical dive. I also shit normally. Right in my pants! They tell you to adjust your oxygen mask before helping your child with his. I did not need to be told that. In fact, I'm probably going to be too busy screaming to help him at all. This will be a good time for him to learn self-reliance. If he can program his fucking VCR, he can goddamn jolly well learn to adjust an oxygen mask. Fairly simple thing, just a little rubber band in the back is all it is. Not nearly as complicated as, say, for instance, a seatbelt. The safety lecture continues. In the unlikely event of a water landing. Well, what exactly is a water landing? Am I mistaken, or does this sound somewhat similar to crashing into the ocean? Your seat cushion can be used as a flotation device. My seat cushion? Imagine that. Just what I need. To float around the North Atlantic for several days, clinging to a pillow full of beer farts. The flight continues. A little later on, we hear, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Well, who gives a shit who turned it on? What does that have to do with anything? It's on, isn't it? And who made this man a captain, might I ask? Did I sleep through some sort of an armed forces swearing-in ceremony or something? Captain, he's a fucking pilot, and let him be happy with that. If those sightseeing announcements he's making are any mark of his intellect, he's lucky to be working at all. Tell the captain, Air Marshal Carlin says, go fuck yourself. The next sentence I hear is full of things that piss me off. Before leaving the aircraft, please check around your immediate seating area for any personal belongings you might have brought on board. Well, let's start with immediate seating area. Seat! It's a goddamn seat. Check around your seat for any personal belongings. Well, what other kinds of belongings are there besides personal? Public belongings? Do these people honestly think I might be traveling with a fountain I stole from the park? You might have brought on board. Well, I might have brought my Arrowhead collection. I didn't, so I'm not going to look for it. I'm going to look for things I brought on board. Would seem to enhance the likelihood of my finding something, wouldn't you say? They're telling me to return my seat back and tray table to their original upright positions. Fine. Who's going to return this guy in the Grateful Dead t-shirt and the fuck you hat to his original upright position? About this time, they tell you you'll be landing shortly. That sound to you like we're going to miss the runway? Final approach is not very promising either, is it? Final is not a good word to be using on an airplane. Sometimes the pilot will get on and he'll say, we'll be on the ground in 15 minutes. Well, that's a little vague, isn't it? Now we're taxiing in. She says, welcome to O'Hare International Airport. Well, how can someone who is just arriving herself possibly welcome me to a place she isn't even at yet? Doesn't this violate something in physics? We're only on the ground 4 seconds. She's coming on like the fucking mayor's wife. where the local time... Well, of course it's the local time. What did you think we were expecting? The time in Pango Pango? Enjoy your stay in Chicago or wherever your final destination might be. All destinations are final. That's what it means. Destiny, final. If you haven't gotten where you're going, you aren't there yet. The captain has asked. More shit from the bogus captain. You know, for someone who's supposed to be flying an airplane, he's taking a mighty big interest in what I'm doing back here. That should remain seated until he has brought the aircraft to a complete stop. Not a partial stop, because during a partial stop, I partially get up. Please continue to observe the no smoking sign until well inside the terminal. It's physically impossible to observe the no smoking sign even if you're just outside the door of the airplane, much less well inside the terminal. You can't even see the fucking planes from well inside the terminal. Which brings me to terminal. Another unfortunate word to be used in association with air travel. And they use it all over the airport, don't they? Somehow I just can't get hungry at a place called the Terminal Snack Bar. But if you've ever eaten there, you know it is an appropriate name. Thank you.
Welcome, dear listeners, to another chilling episode of Mira's Morgue of Midnight Madness. Tonight, we delve into a tale as ancient as the very darkness that haunts our nightmares, a story that has echoed through the ages, the legend of Dracula and the immortal Lord of the Night, starring the legendary Lorne Greene as Count Dracula, the ageless predator who has wandered through the centuries of bloodshed and despair. Alongside him, Alan King takes the role of Jonathan Harker, a young solicitor who may not yet know the horrors that await him in the heart of Transylvania. So, dear listener, I urge you to lock your doors, grab your garlic, and dim the lights, and prepare yourself for the terror that awaits. The story begins now, and will leave you questioning what lurks in the shadows.
When the spirit dies, but the dead live, the dark god of the night is a beast.
Stage 49, Item 30. Dracula by Bram Stoker. Dramatized for radio by George Salverson. Starring Lorne Greene as Count Dracula and Alan King as Jonathan Harker. Produced and directed by Andrew Allen, with an original musical score composed and conducted by Lucio Agostini. George Salverson's adaptation of Bram Stoker's Dracula.
This is the journal of Jonathan Harker. Should any read, convey its warning to those who will believe and act, and convey it to those who mourn me, for I have written my last word. Pennsylvania, May the 4th, 1897. A day of a strange, wild journey to carry me on my mission. Is travel among these motionless mountains and long sleeping castles always pursued so recklessly, so desperately? Our Slovak driver lashing his horses, the coach for Bukovina rocking and bouncing, the passengers crying for more speed.
More quickly, the sun seems clear.
Crying for more speed as darkness is near, and watching me with eyes that are somehow troubled.
Obviously, you are the Englishman.
The Englishman? Yes, I am English.
In Bistritz, when we took the coach, there was much attention on the Englishman.
But why, sir, is it so remarkable to be English?
I do not know why, but I can tell you that this wild country, the ancient battleground of Bulgar and Turk, is not only a melting pot of races, it is a melting pot of all the world's superstition. And it is sometimes remarkable what an Englishman will do.
There's nothing remarkable in what I am doing. I represent a completely respectable firm of London solicitors. I am here to perform a service for a client.
And who is this client, sir?
Count Dracula.
Driver, more quickly! Am I to find him?
Must we travel through these potholes as though the devil were after us?
Tradition would have it these roads should be never repaired, lest the Turk consider it a warlike action.
Herr Englishman, it is the eve of St. George's Day, is it?
Oh, yes, of course.
Do you not know at midnight all evil in the world holds sway? Do you know where you go, Herr Englishman?
I do not understand you, sir.
Our friend has had his say. You, sir, are from London and I from Prague. I fear we find these people amusing.
They seem to be afraid of me. I don't know why. The Count will have his carriage meet the coach at the entrance to Borgo Pass. Then I leave you to perform certain services for the Count of Castle Dracula.
Driver! I know!
I cannot understand this bone-shattering speed.
Perhaps our fellow passengers fear the dark. Or perhaps the devil is after us.
Darkness, with the feel of the mountains hiding in it. A long, hard climb toward Borgo Pass. The horses walking and my bones aching. Campfires near the road. Gypsies. I am going to walk a piece.
What are you doing?
I'm going to walk while the hero slows us down to a reasonable pace.
I forbid it. I am responsible. I forbid you to leave the coach. The wolves are savage here.
Those gypsies don't seem afraid.
I forbid it.
Oh, very well.
A stranger passes in the night. He believes only what he sees. Will he see what he cannot believe?
There is the road. There goes Borgo Pass. You see, there is for you no carriage.
The arrangements were very precise.
The Herr Englishman is not expected after all. Stay with us to Bukovina. Come, let us wait no longer.
We came at such a speed, I am sure that...
You are early tonight, coachman. The Herr Englishman was in a hurry.
That is why I suppose you wished him to go on to Bukovina.
That is a strange-looking fellow. When he smiles, those sharp white teeth.
Herr Englishman, if you must do this, take this crucifix for your mother's sake. Wear it, and God go with you.
The coach with its frightened passengers swept into the darkness on its way to Bukovina, leaving me with the stranger who had so suddenly materialized. Without a word, he motioned me to a carriage which stood silent in the shadows. As we drove upward through the pass, the cry of the wolves followed us until midnight found us in the courtyard of a vast, ruined castle from whose tall black windows came no ray of light. The silent coachman set me down, drove away, left me in the darkness before the massive iron door. And there I waited. Waited and waited until...
Welcome to my house. Enter freely and of your own will.
Count Dracula?
I am Dracula, and I bid you welcome, Mr. Harker.
Yes, thank you. The door is very effective.
It once frustrated a Turkish army.
It wouldn't do to lose the key, would it?
Come, sir. It is late, and my servants are not available. Let me see to your comfort myself.
His servants. I wondered if the servants existed as I followed along the passage, up a great winding stair, and down the stone floor of another endless passage. Even Dracula's silent coachman was Dracula.
You will, I trust, excuse me that I do not join you at supper, but I have dined already.
I quite understand. Oh. Even in here, the sound of the wolves.
Listen to them. The children of the night. What music they make.
Music?
Ah, sir. You dwellers in the city cannot enter into the feelings of the hunter.
Dracula smiled. The firelight leaped and fled about the ancient room from the bright red lips, the sharp, white, pointed teeth. I dropped my eyes to his hands. The nails were long and pointed. I remembered as he greeted me how strong they were and how cold. I became aware of something else. I pushed my food away. My God, his breath!
Now, tell me of London and the house which you have procured for me.
Yes. Well, it's in a suburb, Purfleet, and is called Carfax. It contains in all some 20 acres, heavily treed, surrounded by a solid stone wall. There are very few other houses close at hand, one being a large mansion now used as a private lunatic asylum.
And the house? Carfax?
Much as you requested, very large, of medieval times, including an ancient stone keep attached to an old chapel.
Good. I myself am of an old family. To live in a new house would kill me.
I understand, but really, Sir, Carfax is little better than a disused dungeon.
I belong to the past. A past of brave races who fought as the lion fights for lordship. The Huns, whose fury swept the earth till the dying peoples thought the werewolves themselves had come, that in their veins ran the blood of those old witches who, expelled from Scythia, mated with the devils in the desert. Fools! What devil or what witch was ever so great as Attila, whose blood is in these veins? But you will forgive me. I have kept you until morning, and you are tired.
May the 12th. Many days here, and somewhat amused at my first emotions, for the Count is an interesting, if unusual, person. He seems to be away all day, but through the night he has questioned me closely about England, about banking and shipping procedures, and has obtained the names of various solicitors who might assist him in his proposed move. Tonight, for the first time, the Count has not appeared. The yellow moonlight almost dims the lamp by which I write. How strange. A London solicitor by this window which overlooks a 1,000-foot cliff, in this room of ancient beauty, alone. Alone? Yes, for there are no servants here. This must once have been the room of a great and beautiful lady. I almost imagine I hear...
Darling.
Who's there?
Our most desirable guest.
Where are you?
Here. Shall I come more closely? Now, do you see me?
Yes.
I want you to see me. It is lonely here.
I cannot imagine you could be lonely.
But I am. You are so young, strong, handsome.
Forgive me. I seem unable to get up.
Perhaps you are sleeping, dreaming.
Yes. Yes, I must be.
Yes, dreaming of love, perhaps.
A dream, a vision from some forgotten age.
One dreams of love and longs for love.
Yes. No, I have a love.
And what is she called, your love?
She... Mina!
Mina! Shall I come nearer?
Yes.
Has she hair like this, your love?
Yellow like the moonlight.
Would you like to touch?
Yes.
And I lean over you, so touch it if you like.
I can't.
Healthy eyes like these, your love.
So dark. Almost rubies.
Healthy lips like these.
Rich, red.
And her smile, my love.
The whitest teeth. The sharpest.
Would you like me to kiss you?
Yes.
Then I will. Let me show you love you never dreamed. First, my lips to your throat. My sisters.
Beautiful.
Are my sisters impatient? Go on. Yours is the right to begin. He is young and strong. There are kisses for us all. Yes, kisses for us all.
How dare you touch him? How dare you when I had forbidden it? Beware how you meddle.
You yourself never loved, you never loved.
Yes, I too can love. When I am done with him, you shall kiss him at your will. Now, go. I must awaken him, for there is work to be done.
Are we to have nothing for tonight?
Yes.
I have awakened in my room, a sweet horror in my heart, some grim desire I dare not confess to myself. Why do I remember tales of the vampires who sink their sharp, white teeth daintily and drink? A woman in the courtyard.
Monster, give me back my child!
A child! My God!
My child! Give me back my child!
That cry. A wolf. An animal. Why does it sound like Dracula?
Go back to your grave!
What is she saying? The wolves. That cry and the wolves are coming out of the forest. I must get out there. I must help her.
You have a blood! Now give me my baby!
My door locked. My God, he rules the wolves.
Give me my child! My child!
My door is opened again. But though I've tried all the day, there is no escape from this part of the castle. No way but the windows and the cliff. At nightfall, heart-sick, I was shaving, using the mirror from my traveling case.
Well, my young friend, Mr. Harker.
I did not see you behind me. I cut myself.
Blood on your face. What are you doing? Blood on your face.
Your hands. Take away your hands. My throat.
What is this you wear on your breast?
What? A gift. A crucifix.
This mirror is the wretched thing that has done the mischief. Foul vanity, away with it.
Our business will be completed tonight, Mr. Harker. Tomorrow, I go to England. If you care to listen at the window, you may hear when the mirror strikes the stones below. You may.
He smiled with his sharp white teeth. What manner of being is this who, in a mirror, has no reflection? The Tzigania in the courtyard, the gypsies. If I could reach them, I might be saved. There is one door I haven't tried, the door to his quarters, Dracula's. Open! Open the door, for God's sake! Gypsies, I hear you in there. You know I'm here. You know I was in there with that. Aren't you living men? Gypsies, will you leave me with the dead? Where are you? Go back to your graves. No use. The gypsies are leaving. Taking him. Write it. Night coming, write it. Someone may read and find him. May the 30th. My last entry in this journal. I have sought every way of escape. There is none but the windows of these quarters which overhang the terrible cliff. I entered the Count's rooms. A door led me to a deep stairwell, down to a ruined chapel, down to dark vaults of dusty coffins. No way out. Then there was the smell. Old earth newly turned, and boxes, large boxes like coffins, half filled with the earth. 50 of them, I counted them, with earth new dug from the graveyard floor. Now I know where he spends his daylight. Now I know what he is. For in the last box, I found him. Dracula, in the coffin, alive or dead I could not tell, but red burning eyes opened, fastening on me. His youth seemed renewed, the cheeks fuller, the white skin ruby red underneath, the mouth redder than ever, the flesh swollen, and from the corners of the mouth, trickling over the chin and neck, gouts of fresh blood. He lay like a filthy leech, exhausted with his repletion. This was the being I was helping to transfer to London with its teeming millions. I seized a shovel left by the gypsies. I raised it to strike at that hateful face, and it turned as the eyes blazed hatred at me. My limbs weakened. The shovel fell, gashing the forehead, and I fled. When I heard the gypsies in the vaults removing the dreadful boxes, I tried to return. They had locked me out, locked me in. I know their work. They're in his pay, filling his coffins, transporting them to the sea, where the work I have done will bring the vampire who breeds vampires to my home. What am I to become with those others waiting? The gypsies are leaving. I am alone with the living dead, who by day return to the earth of their own graves, and night is coming. I will choose the cliff. My beloved Mina, I will never see you again. May the 30th, the last entry, on the last day of Jonathan Harker. The precipice is steep, but God's mercy is better than that of those monsters.
This, then, is your little patient, Doctor?
Yes, Dr. Van Helsing, but asleep. Asleep, Dr. Van Helsing. Quite a simple case, Dr. Van Helsing.
To awaken the boy is no need.
No, certainly. He was found on Hampstead Heath this past September 29th. Quite a simple case, Dr. Van Helsing.
His color, it is good.
Nourishment, Dr. Van Helsing, nourishment. A simple case. Hardly justifies a journey all the way from Amsterdam by such a noted philosopher and scientist, Dr. Van Helsing.
I read of this and the other children in your papers. When found, he was so white, so bloodless?
Quite so. Simple case.
Now, please to remove the bandage from the throat.
Yes, as you wish. Ah, you see?
Ah.
The two tiny wounds. Simple case, Dr. Van Helsing.
Please, what is it that is so simple?
Malnutrition and anemia, sir. The parents deny it. Nonsense, Dr. Van Helsing.
And this lady so beautiful of the newspaper story?
Oh, tut, sir. The beautiful lady who lures away the little ones in the night. Journalistic tommy-rot, sir.
The wounds. For them, how do you account?
Scratches, Dr. Van Helsing. Scratches. Your interest flatters me, sir, but I cannot account for the honor.
Dr. Vincent, there is so much for which we cannot account.
In August, I have come to London to fight such an illness as this. It was of a fine young friend of mine, a dearly beloved fiancée, a most sweet lady. He, my young friend, is a doctor as well. You may know him, Dr. Seward?
Dr. John Seward. He is a student of mental disorders. I believe he has a private asylum at Perth.
The same.
And what was the outcome of the case, sir?
With our knowledge, our science, we were babies. She died.
Pity. The cause?
The cause? That I should wish to know.
Anemia, Dr. Van Helsing?
Her blood, it was as rich as her youth. She died, somehow, of losing her blood.
She weeps and weeps without end.
Lord love you, Dr. Seward, old Minnie don't feel nothing, I'm thinking.
No, Swales, you're wrong. She feels nothing but all the world's helpless, horrible sorrow. So many years had held her silent. When she began to weep, I had hope for her.
Yes, years of staring, now another 10 of sobbing.
When did she start?
August 13th it was, Dr. Seward.
How are you so sure?
It was the night old Renfield gave up his pets and turned so violent like.
How do you remember that?
It was the first night that your poor Miss Lucy...
Oh, yes. How is Renfield tonight?
Still quiet with his pets, as he's been since
Since the what?
The funeral, sir.
What?
Dr. Seward, sir, haven't you...
What is it, Swales?
Old Renfield, he's been asking to see you, but I didn't like to disturb you. What with all your trouble...
By all means, I'll see him, any of them. What else have I now?
If it were me, I'd be finding my consolation by the pint. A pity you've nothing but lunatics.
Open the door. I'll call if I need you.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Mr. Renfield, you wish to see me?
Yes. Yes, indeed, Doctor. I have the temerity to beg your indulgence, a very great favor, Doctor.
Should I be permitted to guess? Your little colony of sparrows has exhausted your supply of string to maintain their faithfulness to their master?
No, sir, no. You misapprehend the significance of my future projects.
Then how may I help you, Mr. Renfield?
A kitten, sir.
A kitten? That would be rather irregular, Mr. Renfield. I gave you sugar to catch your flies. What became of your friendly little flies?
Oh, they all flew away.
Then somehow you collected a handsome family of spiders. Did they fly away?
Possibly.
Now, by some skill of your own, you've enticed this goodly collection of sparrows. You tired of them, by chance?
A harsh accusation, Doctor. A harsh accusation.
Now you ask for a kitten. Mr. Renfield, where is all this going to end?
A kitten. A nice little, sleek, playful kitten that I can play with and teach and feed and feed and feed.
I'm afraid I'll have to think it over.
Begging your pardon, Dr. Seward, but the old gentleman from Amsterdam is asking for you.
Dr. Van Helsing?
That's him, sir.
Van Helsing in England? Why?
A kitten, sir. A kitten to play with and feed.
Ah, my so loyal young friend, how is it with you?
As well as can be expected.
Such a terrible thing one does not quickly forget.
What brings you to England?
This.
Westminster Gazette? You turned journalist?
No, my friend. Read. Read here.
The Hampstead Horror? Really, Van Helsing?
Read.
We have just received intelligence that another child was missed last night. It was only discovered late in the morning under a furze bush at the Shooter's Hill side of Hampstead Heath. The child was terribly weak and quite emaciated. When partially restored, it told the now familiar story of being lured away by the beautiful lady. Doctors noted the same tiny wounds in the throat.
Well, what do you think of that?
It's like Lucy's.
And what do you make of it?
Make of it? How should I make anything of it? If I could make anything of it, Lucy would
You
not...
mean to tell me, friend John, that you have no suspicion as to what poor Lucy died of?
Must we go on discussing what she died of? She died!
Ah, my poor friend.
I beg your pardon. She died of nervous prostration following on great loss or waste of blood.
And the blood, how lost or waste?
Haven't we maddened ourselves enough trying to solve that fantastic riddle?
You are right. Night after night, the loss of blood. And the throat wounds, it could not have been lost thus, for where then was the blood? Nowhere.
No, nowhere. Can't we forget it?
You're clever, friend John. But you do not let your eyes see that which is outside your daily life. Can you tell me, for example, why in the pampas there are bats which come at night and open the veins of cattle and suck them dry?
Good God. Do you mean to tell me that Lucy was bitten by such a bat?
No, friend John. What I know is this. Our knowledge, our science, left us like the babies before this terrible thing. So for this past month, I have had resort to mythology, to the dark, whispered memories of humankind. This only supplies the answer, and points the way to a grim battle which you and I must fight.
I fail to understand you.
First, I must give you proof. Proof. Tonight, you must come with me.
All right. But where?
To the tomb.
Tomb? Tomb? What tomb?
Lucy's.
Lucy's?
Dr. Seward, sir, Mr. Renfield, he's turned violent again.
Van Helsing.
Friend John, I throw my reputation, my reason upon your mercy. Let me give to you proof.
Please, sir, he's broken out, and he's in a dangerous mood.
What? Oh, yes, sir. I'm coming.
Friend John, you know me.
Yes.
Dr. Seward.
I'm coming.
This way, Dr. Seward, by the gate to Old Carfax.
I hear that. What's he started?
Took after two men coming out with a carrier's cart.
Don't understand this.
What manner of disorder is it, this poor man?
I call him a zoophagus, an eater of life.
Eater of life?
Many flies to a spider, many spiders to a sparrow. He eats the sparrow.
The attendants are having difficulty, sir.
I see the carter's men help from a great distance.
He banged the carter's men up something wicked, sir.
Hold his legs, sir. You think I'm practicing a minuet? Murderer! That's it, hold him. Robbers!
Mr. Renfield. Mr. Renfield.
They shan't rob me. They shan't murder me. I'll fight for my lord and master.
There's nothing to be done with him. Get the straitjacket on him.
Lord and master? Did you not say he eats life?
It's beyond me, Professor. Only once before has he had a lord and master. Otherwise, only flies. You are the men the patient attacked?
Attacked, is it? Murder is the word. There'll be actions and damages over this, I can tell you.
No, surely two strong carters like yourselves are in no great danger from a feeble, sick man.
Well, not rightly speaking, Doctor. But then them boxes, as we was removing from Carfax, full of earth, is no light weight. And if it wasn't for our strength being spent on them, we'd have made short work of him.
Well, I'm sure it's thirsty work, and perhaps...
Well, I thank you kindly, sir. And we do sympathise with you and the poor gentleman, sir. They've got him, Doctor.
Ah! My lord! My master, will you desert me? All over. No hope. No hope unless I do it myself.
Get him into his cell.
And now the sun sets. You will come with me as you promised.
Yes, yes. Why is Renfield suddenly so quiet? What's he staring at?
Nothing that I can see, sir, but that there bat flying away into the sun.
Van Helsing, we come into the graveyard like ghouls by night. Don't even know why.
John boy, all your life you have honored me. Now...
Well, there's her tomb, then. My God. My Lucy.
Come.
You can't open the door.
The door will open. You see? Come.
Oh, no. No, I can't. I want to remember her as she was. No.
You are a doctor. You must know why she died. Even more so you may be revenged.
Revenged?
Come.
How will you open the coffin?
The coffin will open.
Wait. Don't.
You must see.
Do you want to put me in a straitjacket beside Renfield?
You must see.
My God, man, that's Lucy in there. Don't you
Is
feel
it? Is it?
God! What have you done with her?
Trust me, please. I will show you. It is near dawn. We cannot have much longer now to wait.
It's only that I spend my life with the mad that has kept me from leaving you hours ago with your gravestones.
You will see.
That last night, when your only treatment was to fill her room with garlic flowers. Great heavens, garlic flowers. I knew you were going mad.
And her mother, poor soul, she came and she removed the garlic flowers. My first suspicion, my last attempt to save you, Lucy. Her mother, she thinks the flowers by night not good.
Ah. You say dawn. I give you till dawn because I hope to save a mind that has meant much to me. But when dawn...
A woman. In nightdress.
You see, she is carrying with her a sleeping child.
What's she doing to it?
This is the proof. Carefully observe. Her lips to the throat.
Lucy! It's Lucy! She's alive! Lucy! No, I couldn't find her anywhere. She vanished.
You wait by the door. She must come. The child is all right. You saw...
Yes, but Lucy's alive. Alive!
Oh, Lucy, she is dead. Only lives the body.
Johnny!
There she comes.
Johnny!
Lucy!
Slowly observe. Is it Lucy?
Yes. Beautiful. Alive. Even more beautiful.
Notice the blood-red lips, the teeth have altered. Somehow they almost protrude, the eye teeth, and the eyes red.
She was drinking that child.
Johnny! My arms are hungry for you.
Oh, Lucy.
Come, and we can rest together.
Slowly, Lucy. This you do not like.
Van Helsing.
A face. This you cannot pass. Return to your tomb. The sun it comes.
Her face.
See, she goes into her grave.
Twisted with rage like an animal, like a fiend. What did you do?
Friend John, there is much here that you and I, as men of science, never have believed. Tonight, the crucifix, has been our salvation.
My God. There was blood on her mouth.
Begging your pardon, Dr. Seward.
What is it, Swales?
There's a lady to see you, sir. She says her name
Don't know her. Never heard of her. I'm busy.
I'm sorry, sir, but the lady was most insistent.
Tell you I can't see her. Tell her to go away. Get out of here.
Yes, sir.
All right, Van Helsing. You've proved everything. Now what?
To me, too, it is so difficult to believe. But we have seen. There are the living dead.
Vampires.
So fails us our science. To go upon, we have only tradition.
Superstition.
There is among us a vampire who works this evil. He does not sting and die, the vampire. He becomes more strong. He is of cunning more than mortal. For his cunning is the growth of ages through which he does not die. He is a brute. And he may command the brute, the rat, the owl, the bat, the wolf. His love is the living, and his food is their blood. When his prey die, they too become the living dead, the vampire.
Yes, Lucy. And how does tradition tell us we can deal with this? Tell me, and I'll do it.
Good. I will tell you. I will show you. The grave diggers have gone. We are unobserved. Close the door.
The tomb of the Westinra family. If they knew...
What's that? Give me the bag.
These others who sleep here knew the purpose to which their tomb is to be put. If they knew that one of their lovely...
They have that to do which it must be done. Set up the lantern there and that other coffin so we may see to work.
To work? Yes.
And here, ready, the garlic flowers.
What was that?
A dog?
What are you laughing at, Van Helsing?
I was thinking of my friend in his Holland greenhouse who sent me these flowers. Strange medicine.
What for?
When we are done, we lay them in the grave to make intolerable the grave to the vampire who must ever by day return to it.
So Lucy may never be at rest.
You forget then she will not be vampire. Open the coffin. Open the coffin. We must bring to her peace.
Yes. Oh, this strange, terrifying beauty. Is this really Lucy? Are those the lips I kissed?
It is and it is not. Do not think. You're still willing?
Yes. No one else has the right or the duty. I'm ready.
Then in the bag you will find what you need.
Yes.
The mallet, the pointed wooden stake.
You are very methodical.
Do not think, just do. Take them.
Yes. The stake. Where?
The heart. The heart.
The heart.
Through the heart, right through, and she will have peace. Now take up the mallet.
The mallet. Yes.
No, this is wrong. I should be the one.
No, she is mine. No one will do this to her but me. My God, how I loved her.
Remember, her career, it has just begun. Those children, they are not yet so much the worse. If she live on undead, by her power over them, they come to her. They become as her. But if she die in truth, then all cease. The tiny wounds from the throat disappear. The children play, not knowing of this. And the soul of the poor lady whom we love shall be free.
Yes.
And perhaps she will know it is his hand that freed her, the hand of him that loved her best. Now, let it be done. Eternal rest give to her, O Lord, and let perpetual light shine upon her.
Oh, dear God, I can't.
We do it when you leave her in torment. The just shall be in everlasting remembrance. She shall not fear the evil hearing. Absolve, O Lord, the souls of all the faithful departed from every bond of sin. And by the help of thy grace, let her be found worthy to escape the sentence of vengeance and to enjoy the full beatitude of the light eternal.
Master, Master, I await you, Lord and Master. I am here to serve you, Lord, Master. Remember me.
Now then, what's all this, Mr. Renfield? Why not play with your little sparrows and give us a rest?
I've eaten them. They're nothing to me. Let me, if you will, sir, enjoy a moment of Dr. Seward's inestimable company.
The doctor's sick today, and if you ask me, I don't blame him. Shame on you, Mr. Renfield. All those nice, pleasant little sparrows, so chipper and friendly.
Ah, madam, I am honored indeed.
Now what?
What incomparable elegance, what gentle, dainty charm.
Why, thank you, Mr. Renfield. I do my best to keep up appearances.
I refer, insolent rogues, to the lady behind you.
Oh, her. Ladies are always following me about.
Are you Dr. Seward?
Oh, bless me.
It's you again.
Yes, it's me again, and the doctor can't see you. And how did you get in?
I walked in, and I must see Dr. Seward. It's about my husband. His mind. Some disorder. It haunts me. It terrifies me. You must let me see him.
Rogue, would you let a lady weep? All right. I'll ask him again, Mum.
John, friend John. You're feeling better, perhaps? Possibly you should to your bed return another sedative.
No.
There's so little we know. I have learnt the first time when he enter a house, he must receive invitation. But he's cunning. We must trace each detail in the case of poor Lucy. What do you watch so intently?
Nothing. Go on.
Each moment of her life, from the moment of the first sign, the paleness, the dreams, the throat wounds, this we must trace and study for some clue. What do you do with the pistol, friend John?
This!
Friend John, what is this?
In the window, with his black, ugly wings spread out, there was a bat.
Ah, a bat.
Dr. Stewart, are you all right, sir?
Quite all right, thank you, Swales. I just shot a bat.
Dr. Stewart.
Swales, who is this young lady?
I'm sorry, sir. I heard the shot. She would follow me.
Dr. Stewart, I believe it is not considered quite fashionable to point at a gentlewoman with a pistol.
What? Oh, your pardon. What is it you want?
Dr. Stewart, it's about my husband, and your reputation has brought me to him.
What about your husband?
He's perfectly sane, and he insists he's insane.
That's refreshing. World is full of people perfectly insane, insisting they're sane.
Please, Dr. Stewart, it really is driving both of us out of our minds. He had some terrible experience he won't speak of. He was ill a long time, and now... Oh, you must help us, Dr. Stewart. Prove to him he isn't unbalanced.
Friend John, there is no bat here, shot at or otherwise.
Dr. Stewart, please.
What's your name?
Mrs. Harker, Mrs. Jonathan Harker.
I didn't mind the train down to Purfleet, but the carriage, the sound of those wheels, the horses' hoofs.
Oh, Jonathan, darling, we'll be there in a minute.
Unbearable, unbearable.
Oh, darling, please. Dr. Stewart will help you, you'll see. But you'll have to let him have that sealed journal.
Oh, yes, I know you're right, Mina. We have to settle this, and the journal is part of it.
Oh, Jonathan, now that you're facing this, everything will be right.
Dear, lovely Mina, so good to me, so patient.
No, darling, I'm not. I love you, that's all.
Even as I am, tormented with the certainty of...
No, darling, sweetheart. There's nothing certain about it except that you've been ill, and you'll be better. And there's nothing wrong with your mind. Do you think I could love and marry someone whose mind... What is it?
Do you hear it?
What?
You must hear it. Tell me, Mina, that you hear it too.
Jonathan, what? Do you mean the music?
Oh, yes, I meant the music.
It's only a gypsy camp out there by the road.
Only a gypsy camp? Take me to your doctor of Madman. Lock me up. Well, Dr. Stewart, you read it. I haven't even allowed Mina here to see it. All those experiences, they're real to me. Everything's so real. Well?
Well, Doctor?
Oh, Lord, I see myself hanging above the ghastly abyss, climbing. None of it possible but the brain fever in the Budapest hospital. I know it happened, therefore I must have a madness in me.
Doctor, please, say something.
Van Helsing!
Doctor!
Van Helsing! Swales, you rascal!
Yes, Doctor. What is it,
Van
Doctor?
Helsing, get him in here, now, this instant. Hurry, what are you standing there for?
Love me, yes, indeed, at once.
For the love of heaven, Doctor!
Now listen, you two are moving into my quarters here. You, Mr. Harker, are going to tell me everything you know about this Count Dracula. Every contact you gave him, every solicitor's name, every small detail you can rip up from your memory.
Is that to be part of the treatment?
Treatment? Jonathan Harker, you're as sane as I or the great Van Helsing himself. We need you, Jonathan Harker. We're going to war.
War?
Yes, war on Dracula. Mr. Renfield, you have made yourself very difficult with your insistence when I'm exceedingly busy. What is it you wish? Sugar for flies?
Dr. Stewart, I am in full possession of my faculties. I must beg of you to release me.
If that is true, in time, Mr. Renfield.
No, sir, now. This request is not of first consequence to myself, but to the health, the welfare, the very lives of others.
Why do you wish to leave, Mr. Renfield? What reasons?
If I tell you that, it will convince you only of my undoubted madness. What can I say?
You have answered for me, Mr. Renfield. Perhaps I can serve you in some other fashion.
What can I say? You will, I trust, Dr. Stewart, do me the justice to bear in mind later on that I did what I could to convince you tonight.
And now, gentlemen, and dear lady of whom we have become so fond.
Thank you, Dr. Van Helsing.
Now we are ready to begin to act. But we deal with one which has survived many centuries, and we must assume many attacks. We must not fail.
We won't. He drove me to madness. He won't do that again to any other.
I'm cold.
Mina's not well today.
It has been a strain for such a gentle one.
This scarf seems hardly enough. I'll borrow a coat.
Take mine, of course.
We know that in life he was a brilliant man, a descendant of Attila the Hun. We know, too, from our studies, he must be the Count Dracula who did his army abandon to the Turkish slaughter and did homeward flee to raise a new force and try again.
And we know from Jonathan that he's at Carfax. Carfax, next door.
That is if our move's the next. Is he there? We will see.
Please, be careful. Last night, I dreamed.
Let him be careful now.
"27, 28, 29, 30. There were 50.
So these then are the boxes, the coffins, with the earth of his own grave, the vampire's lair, and each coffin a lair.
Did you hear something?
No.
It plays upon my nerves, this ruined old house. The dark shadows, the stone walls, the coffins. It's Castle Dracula again.
It is well to be cautious. Our enemy not only has a magic cunning, he has the strength of 20 men. And whereas our windpipes are of the common kind, we cannot hurt him as he can hurt us. He is dead.
Van Helsing, we've seen those boxes before.
Yes, friend John. An uncommon vampire, this Dracula, so wily as to provide himself somewhere in London with 20 ways of escape and of hiding besides this old house's headquarters. It's our friend Jonathan here who must show us how to trace them, through the solicitors, the shippers and carters who unknowingly transported these terrible things.
Renfield attacked those carters.
Renfield? Yes. Yes, Lord and Master was his cry.
Renfield knows something about this. We've got to see him.
I thought I saw a face.
Where?
There, in the shadows. The highlights of his face, the high ridge of the nose, the red lips, the red eyes, the awful pallor.
There's nothing there.
Listen. Rats.
What's that?
Swells.
Thousands of rats. Look, they're coming. It's him. He's sending them. Not that word. It's Mr. Renfield. Someone tried to murder him.
Someone tried to murder Renfield.
Dracula sends these rats. Great heavens, I see a million wicked eyes. Run! Run!
This is how I found him, Doc. Just a few minutes back, as I was coming round to light the lamps. The window bars torn open, the door flung into the corridor, and the poor old loony.
The jacket. Take off the straitjacket.
There is no straitjacket, Mr. Renfield.
Poor devil smashed about like that.
We must arouse him. He must talk.
Brandy.
Swells. Brandy in my office.
Brandy.
Mr. Renfield, tell us.
The dogs howled, and the bats came. In the mist, he stood at my window as before. His eyes were fierce, like a man's when mad. He laughed with his red mouth. The white teeth glinted in the moonlight. I was angry. Before he sent the flies, the great fat ones, with steel and sapphire on their wings. All lives, all red blood, with years of life in it. All these lives and more will I give you through countless ages if you fall down and worship me. I invite him in. Come in, Warden Master. Enter. He laughs. He's in my room. Then I know it is next to be the young lady of charm. I am a madman, and let me have a madman's strength. Yes, Lord and Master, I gave you the test. I gave you... Oh, Lord.
Renfield? Renfield! He's dead. There's no doubt how.
I tried to get the brandy. Poor old loony. He was a decent sort in his way.
Friend John.
Yes?
What did he say? It is next to be the young lady of charm?
Mrs. Harker. Mina. Oh, heaven, Mina.
Your skin is the snow. Your throat as soft as the quivering rabbit.
Cold. I'm enfolded with ice.
I have kissed you, and I will kiss you again. I will come again and kiss again.
Cold. Cold.
Shall we warm your dream, beautiful one? You too will kiss. Place your lips, your pale lips, to my throat. They will be rich again. Your blood will be my blood. My blood will be your blood. You will know in your blood that I will come again, and you will seek me forever.
Dracula! Shoot him! Shoot him! Shoot him!
Shoot when he doesn't die. I have the weapon he fears.
Be careful, he'll tear you to bits.
Oh, no, you fear this, is it not? You who live in eternal death, you fear this cross, the sign of eternal life.
You think to baffle me? You, with your pale faces all in a row like sheep in a butcher's? My revenge is just begun. I spread it over centuries. You shall be my creatures, to do my bidding, and to be my jackals when I want to feed.
Go through the window, stop him. We cannot stop him.
Only friend John to return. Through the shippers, the cottage men, we have traced each coffin to its hiding place. We have polluted each with the garlic flower and sanctified each with the holy crucifix. Now he has only Carfax. We will there catch him by daylight, helpless.
Unless Dr. Seward found him in his coffin in the Piccadilly house.
Unless. Otherwise, I could wish friend John would hurry. It grows late, and each night is a terror.
I'm cold. I'm not well.
What precautions can we take? Each must have the protecting crucifix. I place it to your forehead, Jonathan. And Mina, I touch it to yours. What?
Mina, don't be afraid. All he did was touch the cross to
her forehead.
Look. Mina!
Stop now, Squirrel. Stop now. Take care of it yourself. Van Helsing?
Burned into her forehead. A brand.
Van Helsing! Jonathan! Mina!
Did you find him?
Only the coffins. I fixed them right enough, but then I went over to Carfax.
You should have waited. I, too, have a score to settle.
There were only 29. Somehow he has removed one, sometime in the night. Now we have no way to trace him.
Escaping. He is escaping. Darkness. The smell of earth. Wagon wheels.
What did she say?
I want to follow. I want to go.
Look what he's done to her, my lovely. The marks of the vampire on her poor throat.
We must all keep together always. What is the story? When in life he abandoned to the slaughter his helpless people and fled home to try again?
It's going to a seaport, to go home, to start over.
Come, all of us. We must together go to make the last desperate fight against this monster.
Where to?
If necessary, to Transylvania. To Castle Dracula.
May God give him into my hands just long enough to destroy that earthly life. If beyond it I could send his soul forever and ever to burning hell, I would do it.
Dracula in his coffin. We've got him.
We must do this quickly. The sun is low.
What are you going to do?
Ashmina, darling, we've got him now.
I'm frightened.
And John, I think you especially have the right.
I know just what to do.
Thus, let me remind you all that this is not vengeance. We set to rest the human soul.
Whatever it is, I'm ready. If you want to pray for him, start praying. For me, every blow will be for Lucy. What he made me do at her tomb.
How his eyes burn. With what ferocious rage out of the coffin.
Don't look at him. That was my mistake. Just do it.
Yes, yes. Now the sun is low and soon it will be too late. Now, eternal rest give to him, O Lord. And let perpetual light shine upon him.
Jonathan. Oh, Jonathan.
Mina, darling. Your forehead, your throat, the marks of the vampire are washed away.
Stage 49, Item 30. Dracula by Bram Stoker. Dramatized for radio by George Salverson. Was produced and directed by Andrew Allen with an original musical score composed and conducted by Lucio Agostini. Starred as Count Dracula, Lorne Greene. As Jonathan Harker, Alan King. With Lister Sinclair as Van Helsing. Bud Knapp as Dr. Seward. Mavor Moore as Renfield. Alice Hill as Mina. Aileen Seaton as Lucy. Diane Foster as the vampire. And Eric Christmas as Swales. The others, Tommy Tweed, Doug Haskins, Murray Westgate, Frosha Gregory, Marcia Diamond, and Lloyd Bachner. Sound by Fred Tudor and Alan Gilroy. Technical operation by Bruce Armstrong. Stage 49 is from